Also, why is my mic pulled a mile away from my face? Hold on. I think the desktop audio just sounds quiet to me because I was just editing something, and when I edit, I always have it at like full volume. So I I just was not used to I turn my volume down when I'm playing a game, but when I'm editing stuff, I always have at full volume. So I'm live on Twitch. Come hang out. That's the built-in default message for the stream link. Oh, I could just send a link, right? There's now a built-in share button. So I really should. None of my YouTubes and Twitches do not have profile pictures. I really should do that. Somebody make me like a cool logo. Get like a CB with a Batman icon behind it. That wouldn't get. Can you get copyright trouble for like having like copyrighted material in your like your little streamer logo? I'm stalling until the viewers get here. Welcome to the stream! Welcome to the stream. Today we're gonna play more Grade 8's Attorney. Last time we were playing Case 2 of Game 2. I'm about to do something that you're going to hear, so just bear with me. I'm grabbing something. Last time we were on Case 2 of Game 2, and Herlock Sholmes revealed to us that he once ate some soap. Let's see what other startling revelations he has for us today. Dropped frame 0. Let's go. Let's go. 21st February, Briar Road. I don't know why I'm doing a narration voice, but whatever do you think will happen now? Oh, also we're in a flashback, so while we're on the second game, this case, or at least this part of the case, takes place between the 4th and 5th cases of the first game. A little confusing, but it'll pick up the lore quick enough, I think. That or the one viewer I have right now is the same person who was here last time, and they already know the lore from last time. What did she ask? My focus is not. Whatever do you think will happen now? Good question. What a strange situation for Mr. Natsume. Arrested for murder, but then the victim comes back to life. I think perhaps the victim was never dead in the first place. It seems very likely that Mr. Shamspeare did consume poison, as we deduced. But was it an accident, attempted suicide, or attempted murder? Until the truth can be established, I imagine the police will keep Mr. Natsume in custody. I suppose so. Let's hope it doesn't come to anything more than a night in the cells. Hard times, not in the cells. I don't know where he's going. Is that guy looking at the soap? What's happening? What's that man doing over there? It looks like he's trying to see into Soseki's lot. Yellow sus. Yellow sus. Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? Excuse me. Can we have a word? What? His bag looks like a bee. Okay, well, he's gone now, so that was strange. Well, I'm sure we'll see him again. I think. So the victim in this case he showed up for like 2 seconds in the 4th case of the last game, because the 4th case also took place on this street. An interaction that I'm sure is important to this case. I don't remember it, though. I'm pretty sure that guy, the yellow sus bee bag man, was also there that time. So, yeah, I feel sure I've seen that man somewhere before. Where was it? I do too, but I don't remember. So the guy who lives in this first floor apartment, last time on the stream, the guy who lives on this first floor of this apartment got poisoned. And the guy who lives on the second floor is accused of having done the poisoning because he had tea with this guy last time. So we're trying to figure out who really committed the crime, or if there even was a crime, because at the very end of the last stream, the guy who we thought was killed, he rose! He lived again! William Shamspeare lives again. Yes, that's his name, and yes, it is stupid. What's this bike? There always seems to be a bicycle outside the Garadib residence. The Garadibs are the landlords. They suck. I read that bicycles are extremely popular all over Great Britain, in fact. That one seems very warped, though, especially the front wheel. Is that to make it more of a challenge to ride, do you think? No, I'm afraid that may be a result of the rider's incompetence. For the front wheel to be so badly warped, I'm afraid the rider may have been similarly affected. Ooh. There's a good chance Mr. Natsume has been practicing on this bicycle. Damn. Oh dear, I fear you may be right. No one else who lives in this apartment is as dumb as Mr. Natsume. Like, we're just assuming it's him. Could be the dead guy. He seemed pretty dumb too. This was the crime scene of an earlier case, so that's why I'm familiar with the street. Why is somebody built this snowman on top of a pedestal? That's not a pedestal, Mr. Naruhodo. That's part of the snowman's body. There's 3 sections to a snowman. British snowmen are usually made with 2 balls of snow. Really? Huh. Perhaps this is a foreigner. It's Japanese and British 2-ball snowmen that are the strange ones, isn't it? So are they saying an American made the 3-ball snowman? Real people do have 3 sections: head, torso, and legs. Do you ever think you perhaps think about things too much? Oh yeah, all the time. All the time? Why? Okay, what else? Is there even anything to look at here? Am I even supposed to be here right now? Where am I supposed to be going right now? Stream! Stream! London's blanketed in fog again today. The sky is covered in clouds. But if you look carefully in the distance, you can just make out the Crystal Tower being built. Ah, the Crystal Tower, yes. The centerpiece of the great exhibition that's to open in 6 months' time. I wonder if we'll see that great exhibition in any of these. I feel like that's like the last case is going to involve that somehow. Everyone's talking about the great Wait. What? Hold on. So this is a flashback, right? We're in 21st February. The other case, or the start of this case, before we flashed back, was in August, I believe. How many months is that? Is that February, March, April? I'm counting with my fingers, but you can't see it. February, March, April, May. Perhaps the Crystal Tower plotline is relevant to this case, or maybe the next. It's going to be relevant because 6 months. They're talking about something 6 months from now. Once we unflashback, we are going to be 6 months from now. So that's definitely going to be important somehow. It's to be the largest event of its kind anywhere in the world, with technology and scientists from all over. Oh, they're like building a huge tower over here. That's what I clicked on, I guess. I can't wait for it myself. Do you think visiting students from the Far East like us will be granted entry? The last great exhibition was held in London. The last great exhibition that was held in London had more than 6 million visitors, it seems. I really gotta stop skipping stuff. And this time, the British are determined to make it an even The British are determined to make it an even bigger success to outdo the Paris Exposition. I see. That's an incredible Okay, that thing that I do where I'm reading the dialogue and then I mess up a line and then I go or whatever, like a record scratch. I also do that when I'm trying to like memorize. I also do that when I'm trying to memorize like a script for something. I'll be like but you see, my friend, the big I'll restart, and then I restart. It's like, that's a weird reset button for my brain. And with so many people expected to attend, we should easily be able to slip in and notice. We're gonna sneak into the great exhibition. Let's go! Okay, wait, the soap. I can see it out here. With the exception of the top floor, where Mr. and Mrs. Garretib live, all the windows are bricked up. Yes, that's because of an old window tax that was charged on the number of windows a property had. In order to pay less tax, the poorer members of society filled in many of their windows. But the tax has since been abolished, hasn't it? So the windows could all be opened up again, surely. Unfortunately, it would appear that the residents of this district can't afford to pay to have the work done. It's bricks. Can't they just like, if you really want a window, you could just like get a hammer and fucking and just break the window down. Like just break the bricks. I mean, we already did that with the first window with the soap hiding in the window. Like, you don't need a guy for that. I mean, unless you're Mr. Natsume. If you're Soseki Natsume, maybe you do need a guy for that. It all seems rather pointless when you put it like this. What seems pointless? I don't know. Who cares? Okay, where am I supposed to be going? A new location has been added. Oh god, the Garretib's room. Okay. Alright, that's part of why I cut stream last time, is they wanted us to go talk to John Garretib. So this man's wife was responsible for an incident, for the incident of a previous case, as well as some other things. Joan Garretib is a sussy. I don't even want to call her a sussy. She just sucks. She just sucks. But Mr. Garretib discovered the incident this morning, so we need to talk to him. You chaps, eh? Yes. Good morning, sir. This guy keeps coming up, man. Thank you for your cooperation in court yesterday. He's referencing the 4th case of this game, which was a day before this flashback. It was the 4th case of the 1st game. It's so confusing trying to describe that. Let's just look at it as all one package of 10 cases, because that's how it's being sold. It's like, we're on the 6th or 7th case, and that was the 4th case, basically. It's just a flashback. What? It was quite a trial. As much for Mr. Garretib as anyone, really. I mean, his wife got arrested, so. Came straight back here after all that business at the Bailey yesterday. Didn't expect to wake up to more body nonsense this morning. I wonder if you wouldn't mind telling us exactly what happened, Mr. Garretib. Yes. I suppose you'd like to know about all about the dead loss of an actor chap in the ground floor room. Those were exactly Inspector Gregson's words, were they? Nobody respects actors here. What the heck, man? What the heck? I mean, if I was an actor named William Shamspeare, I don't think I'd be too pressed about being taken seriously. It must have been a real shock for you this morning. I hear that you discovered what had happened. Well, that hopeless actor chap rises at 5 o'clock sharp every morning without fail. That's more diligence than I have. But at 5:30 this morning, he still hadn't lit the gas. So I went down and knocked on his door, but nobody answered. And that's when you broke into his room? Room. By kicking down the door? Well, I called on that rum-looking Japanese chap to do the grunt work, of course. Isn't it a little premature to kick the door down? The man could have just overslept by half an hour. That's very true, Mr. Naruhodo. If 30 minutes oversleeping weren't in such behavior, I'd have to kick your door down every morning. She's not wrong about that. Well, better to be safe than sorry. Oh my god, this guy's hiding something again. Sean Garretib. The Garretibs. They suck. Except that it was a sorry situation indeed that you found on the far side of the door. Mr. Shamspear. The victim's name is Mr. Shamspear, I believe. Is that right? Yes, William Shamspear. Took the ground floor room 3 months ago. And how would you describe him? In a word, destitute. Destitute? Well, yeah, he's living here. The only redeeming feature of that room is the cheap rent. Anyone wanting to live in a place like that is either broke or has a bully screw-loose. So hard to choose which category Soseki-san would fall into. Mr. Naruhodo, that's a little rude. Did she just read my thoughts again? Did she just read my... Yeah, she just read my thoughts again. Okay. She does that sometimes. Very funny. It was doing research as well. Research? Into what? Shakespeare, of course. Shakespeare. I mean, he named himself after it, I think. I read a few plays of the old bard myself. Romeo and Hamlet and all that. Is he saying Romeo? Is he saying those are... Is he saying Romeo and Hamlet, or is he combining names of plays into one? Yes, I think it's Romeo and Juliet. Not Romeo and Hamlet. That's the, like, gay version. Yes, William Shakespeare is England's most highly regarded classical playwright and author. He's known as Sao in Japanese, as you know. And many of his works... I love the clunky of them, like, translating that and being like... Of them, like, translating dialogue being used in the Japanese version of the game to explain who Shakespeare is, and then translating that to English and being like, oh, he's known as Sao in Japanese. As you know, you, the character, already know this, but the player doesn't. It seems incredible that Shakespeare was shortened to Sao. Someone was too heavy-handed there. There were a lot of costumes in the victim's room, actually, weren't there? Of course, Mr. Natsume is a scholar of English literature as well. I imagine he and Mr. Shamspear would have had much in common. Are we really just not going to talk about the fact that this guy researching Shakespeare is researching Shakespeare, and his name is William Shamspear? That's a fake name. That has to be like a stage name, a character name, you know? Like he's getting really into his role. Shakespeare interpretation disagreement leads to shocking murder. Let's hope it's not that. I love that Ryunosuke there's a part of his brain that is just running and always thinking of, like, different headlines for news articles about his cases. Mr. Naruhodo, really, how rude. What are you babbling on about? What? Did you want to ask me about yesterday's events or not? What? I just, like, slurped. Did anybody hear that? After Mr. Natsume's trial yesterday, you came straight back here, I believe, didn't you? Did you notice anything strange between then and this morning? Well now, it must have been about 6 in the evening by the time I got home. Snow was coming down rather heavily, as I remember, and it was completely dark already. That failed actor chap was out at the time. You're out of touch. Mr. Garrett noticed there was no light from his room or something. Couldn't summon the energy for anything much, so I just sat in front of the fire with me. It was after 8 before Shamspear got back. Are we talking about last night? Hold on. Snow coming down heavily. It was about 6 in the... Okay. And the chap was up until past 1 in the morning, I'll have you know. I suppose he met his end some time after that. I was asleep by then, so I'm rather in the dark. Well, thank you. That was very illuminating. No, it wasn't. Is everything alright, Miss Susanoo? Well, I was just thinking it's a little strange, that's all. Mr. Garridib? You were up here in your room all evening, if I've understood correctly. Not a big fan of stairs. Not with this blasted leg. Then, how is it that you seem to know? The precise movements of your tenant on the ground floor, I mean. Ah! That's a very good point. And one that made you react very suspiciously. Does this old man like to spy on his tenants? Is that it? Oh my god, this guy. I say, I know what you're thinking, and it's a body outrage. I'm ex-military, don't you know? I don't go around spying on my tenants. Why would I? Then how did you know, Mr. Garridib? It's the gas, woman. The gas tells me everything. The gas. Fucking gas. Gas. What on earth do you mean, sir? How can the gas tell you anything, let alone everything? Well, as you're probably aware, the gas is supplied by the building by... I did it again. Well, as you're probably aware, the gas is supplied to the building by pipes. I almost messed up the line again. I don't like it. Yes, I'd more or less worked that out. Every room in the building is connected by a single pipe to the gas main outside, and the gas company supplies gas to properties via the main. Yes, I understand that too. Let me see if I can explain. Let's say I was to light the gas lamps up here. What do you suppose would happen? Well, obviously the room would get brighter. Exactly. But at the same time, the lights in all the other rooms of the house will dim for a moment. What? They dim? Why? It's a very inefficient system of lighting. When you light a gas lamp, it briefly uses more gas than usual. And that reduces the amount of gas in the pipe for the other lamps that are connected to it. That might explain why the other lamps dim momentarily, mightn't it? Yes, of course, because everything's pre-electricity days. Is that supposed to happen, though? Sounds rather undesirable. Jolly good point. Fact is, the gas company's pipes in these parts are pretty hopeless. Long worn out. Barely got any gas in them to start with. Opposite's also true, of course. Extinguish the lamps up here and they glow brighter in the rest of the house. Ah, right, I see. So by watching the flickering of the lamps in one room, you can determine what's happening elsewhere. But still, how would he know specifically which room? Like, you've got it. Oh, of course, because when people come back in the home in the evening and before they go to sleep at night, what they're guaranteed to do is either light or put out their lamps and fires. Clever. In point of fact, the room on the ground floor and the one above it use slightly different amounts of gas. By watching the lights in here closely, I can work out almost exactly what's going on in the whole house. Gosh, it's fascinating, Mr. Garadib. It's really, I don't care, but it's not that fascinating. Can't really see how it's going to help us with the case either. What I'd like to know is why Mr. Garadib is so interested in what his tenants are up to in the first place. Let's stop talking to the Garadib man. I don't want to talk to him anymore. Let's go to the prison. Oh, we lost a viewer. I mean, we still got one. We still got a viewer, but we also lost a viewer. Look, Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Natsume, have the police finished questioning you now? Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Oh, yes? What is he? Tell me! Is he a ghost? Is he here to haunt me? What? Let me guess. You're talking about Mr. Sholmes? He actually calls himself a great detective, Mr. Natsume, not a ghost. But his diabolical deductions, they're not of this world. They've left me. I got higher and even... Ah! Cursed, I did it! Well, it sort of hurts. Credit where credit is due, Mr. Naruhodo. You were heavily involved in the deduction, too. Yeah, moving on. Sorry I put you in jail, buddy. We have some wonderful news. Oh? The victim that we all thought was dead. He's come back to life again. Now, in the absolutely worst case, you could only be tried for attempted murder. That's great, isn't it, Mr. Natsume? It's terrible! Oh. I'm stuck in this cell, suffering for some sinning, wrong end of the stick! You did it, didn't you? Confess, you're a killer. Why the mustache? I'm sorry to hear that. Ah, that selfish shyster! Make up your mind. Are you dead or alive? If you're going to come back to life, why bother dying? Wickedy, wishy-washy, William! Well, it seems likely that Mr. Shamspeare was never actually dead in the first place. This guy is so funny. Okay, what makes it even funnier, I did some research on it. So Seki Natsume is a real person, a real Japanese author, that actually studied in England around this time. The fact that this is such a like goofy caricature, but it's like a historical caricature of like a pretty famous Japanese historical figure. Like that, that just makes it funnier. How much of a clown, how much of a goofy clown man this guy is. Ah yes, that might make more sense. And I'm pleased that he's alive, of course. I'm just. Oh, lively debate last night was so much fun. Have I had this mic like turned down the whole time? I don't know. This time. I had it like tilted down. It doesn't matter. I think we're good. Oh, lively debate last night was so much fun. This character's loud anyway. Like, who cares? It'd be sad to think it was our last. Oh. Oops. Mr. Natsume, does this mean that you did see the victim last night? Well, yeah, you basically already proved that, didn't you? I'm not saying another word. I'm not saying. I demand to have a lawyer present. Who do you think I am? Please, Mr. Natsume, we need to hear your side of the story. Oh, why am I cursed like this? So Saki's side of the story, cursed existence of Mr. Natsume. You often say the same. Mr. Natsume, you often say the same thing about yourself, I've noticed. Like, what happened to my voice there? That you have a cursed existence. I'm sure I've mentioned this to you before, but I've been here in Great Britain for a year now, and in that time I've learned that it's no place for me. That's like there's an actual quote from the real Soseki Natsume that is like, I hated living in London, it sucked. Everybody was like mean to me. I was so depressed. They just took that and then like built this character out of that piece of info. Because like nothing that's actually happening in the game is like real, but the basic idea of a Japanese author in London who just hates it there. I don't know. It's just funny. It's just funny that they were like, yes, we'll just take that and like turn it into this whole character, frequently reoccurring character at this point. It can be very trying to live in a foreign land and adapt to the ways of another culture. I think it works though, because he's a goofball. He's kind of fun to laugh at, but then the game will do this and like make you feel bad for laughing at him. It's like makes him he's very sympathetic despite being a funny man. There are foreigners everywhere I look, and they all stare at me. They all laugh. You're laughing at me. You in the audience there, watching Chuck Batman stream. You're laughing. I've been thrown in prison again, and you're laughing. That's the impression I get whenever I go out. It makes me scared to leave my room. Which is why I've become a recluse. And even in my room, I find no respite from my fears. I've moved more times than I can remember. And then 1 week ago, he's oh my god, I forgot he's only been moved into Briar Road for a week, and he's already been connected to 2 crimes. Like, move somewhere else. The rent is cheap. I have so little money, it spoke to me. The rent? Obviously, there's a reason why it's cheap. Because the room is cursed! Cursed? Cursed how? Wait, the haunted lodgings? Wait, what? The previous occupant, the man who lived there before I took the room, died there. I don't know why I didn't mention this in the last case I was in. The last case I was in where I was living in that room, but... Or maybe they did. Actually, they actually might have mentioned it. He was only a young man, but one morning he was found dead and no one could explain why. Surely no one would want to live in a room with a history like that. It was the soap! The soap in the walls! He ate it all! Crackpot theory. There's soap in the walls and the people eat it and then they die. That's what happened to Shamspear and that's what happened to the other guy. When the letting agent recommended the place, I wavered. I didn't want to live in a place where a body was, but I want books! And books cost money! A horrible history is a small price to pay! When I realized it would mean I could buy more books, I assigned the lease like lightning. Brave or Blinker? But after I moved in, I soon came to realize what I've done. I haven't even had time to read any books because I just keep being thrown in jail for potential murders. I realized how horrible that room's history really was. Gosh, is it really so awful? What happened? We need to know what happened first. We can get back to that in a second. Can you tell us exactly what happened last night, Mr. Natsume? There's nothing to tell! I'm hitting that dab! But, Mr. Naruto Esquire, I'm eternally grateful to you for helping me with that accursed case yesterday. The case that saw poor Miss Green hospitalized after she ended up with a knife in her back. That's that fourth case I meant. It's hard to believe that was only yesterday. After the trial was over, I trudged my weary way back to my lowly lodgings. And that evening, at past 9, it must have been, I visited Mr. Shamspeare. I visited Mr. Shamspeare. As we feared. I didn't do anything wrong! I'd never been to his room before! It was the first time! Then, what made you decide to go? I bumped into him when I arrived back at the house. We got chatting, and it developed into a discussion. But he had to go out, so I bade him farewell. It ties in with what Mr. Garrett said. The victim went out and came back after 8. Oh, he made a friend. I hope the guy doesn't end up dead halfway through this case, like dead for real. We met again later in the evening, around 9 or just after, when I took him some nice tea I brewed as a gift. So it was you who brought the tea. Uh-oh. The tea that he was poisoned with? Uh-oh. I mean, potentially poisoned. I suppose you were discussing the works of Shakespeare, were you? Yes, that's right. That's exactly right. Romeo and Juliet! Who was the stronger? It was a... Who was the stronger? Who would win? Who would win in a fight? Superman or Goku? Romeo or Juliet? Who would win? Romeo would win because he's got the laser vision. Like, what? I don't know. I'm sure. Such a stimulating subject, Shakespeare! And the debate became very heated. So you slipped poison into Mr. Shakespeare's tea? No! Never! Not at all! Team Juliet won! That was me! Juliet, because she's got the power of her, like, feminine wiles, and she can like make the and then she can shoot them, and then she can mind control everybody. Sorry, that was so fair. When I left his room, it's like, you know what I'm saying though? It's like Romeo versus Juliet, who would win? That's like the nerd, like, it's like the Shakespeare version of like the nerd, like, who would win in a fight? Superman or Batman? Like, I don't, like, why would you be discussing that? The flamboyant fellow was fighting... When I left his room, the flamboyant fellow was fighting fit! I swear it, categorically! So, you mean he was alive? Okay, we're going back to the other... Okay, we didn't get anything from that. I mean, we got, like, the general timeline, and that's about it. So, back to your room. How did its horrible history affect you, Mr. Natsume? What happened? At first it was just a feeling. Oh, I've got a feeling. The feeling of beady eyes pouring into my back. Watching me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Do you think that might have just been your mind playing tricks on you? I've got a feeling that somebody's watching me. My mind doesn't know any tricks. I gotta get my, like, weird noise quota out for the first hour of the stream. Well, we haven't hit it yet. It's been one long nightmare ever since I was given the keys to this place. A nightmare? Been having bad dreams, you mean? Oh, all the souls who died in that room lean over me in my sleep. I tried to strangle me! That really is horrible. And now I come to think of it, it happened again last night, too. It's the gas. The gas is making them crazy. The gas and the soap. The gas and the soap on the walls. The very same night that Mr. Shamspeare was writhing in agony from the poison in his body. I was on the verge of being suffocated silently by those miserable spirits in my room! You simply must move out of that room as soon as possible. Yes, you're right. I know it, and that's why. I'm already searching for the next room with history to call home. I think perhaps you should try to avoid accommodation with any kind of history at all. Is there another empty room at Sholmes' house? I feel like he should just... Can he just stay there so that we don't have to, like, solve his mysteries anymore? Otherwise, I'm scared that you yourself may become history. That's it. That's all. This did not... We didn't even get new evidence. What evidence do we actually have? We haven't gotten anything new that we, like, since leaving the crime scene, we have not gotten any new actual evidence. Of course, Mr. Lord of the Manor is worried about the curse on my room as well. You mean Mr. Garrett? Yes, he knows that if people keep dying there, he'll never be able to rent it out again. Well, that's true, and I, for one, wouldn't go near the place. Ah, perhaps that may explain why the landlord pays so much attention to the gas lamps and his tenants' movements. You mean, because he's worried about their well-being? He does seem to have an unusually keen interest in the amount of gas in the pipe. There must be a reason why he keeps such close tabs on the occupants of his rooms. What do you mean he pays so much attention to the gas lamps? Oh dear, no, it has nothing to do with you, Mr. Natsume. Please, forget I said anything. Oh, now you're talking about me behind my back as well. What's important is that Mr. Shamspear isn't in fact dead at all. Once he's come around and he's able to tell us what happened, we'll be able to get you released. Yes, please. Oh, I do hope you're right. Excuse me. Yeah. Inspector Gregson, I couldn't help overhearing what you just said. And on that note, oh no. I have some good news and some bad news. Oh, which do you want first? Always, every time, the bad news comes first. When hope is all you have, hold on to it. That's my guiding principle. Right, well, in that case, good news it is, you asshole. Huh? Sorry, but it's just a lot easier to explain everything that way. Then why did you ask? Then why did you ask? Yeah, why did you ask? As you might have heard, the victim, Mr. Shamspear, was just unconscious. He's come around now. Yes, we saw it happen in all its terrifying glory. It is still being treated by the doctors, but we managed to get a written statement from him already. Oh, isn't that wonderful, Mr. Natsume? Oh, thank goodness. It's all over then. I can leave this somber cell. Sorry, nope. It's not in the cards. What? Why ever not, Inspector? Mr. Shamspear has implicated someone as being responsible for what happened last night. Implicated? Oh, dear. You don't mean... I'm sorry to say I do, yes. He's pointed the finger at you, Mr. Natsume. He said you're sus. Said you're an imposter among us. Ah! I'm not an imposter! I'm a crewmate! By sweet poison did he seeketh to end my life. That wicked caitiff, Soseki Natsume. No! So I'm afraid you'll be appearing in court as planned. You'll be wanting to... what? You'll be wanting to make the necessary action. No! And so, once again, Soseki-san found himself having to take the dock in the Old Bailey. Whether his room was haunted or whether he was just terribly unlucky, I knew I had no choice. The following day, I would represent him in court and do my utmost to break the curse that blighted him. To be continued. That's it? That's that whole investigation segment? That was kind of short. I thought there'd be a lot more to do before the courtroom. I was gonna, like, potentially just, like, stream until I got to the trial, but, we've only been going for 40 minutes. I'm not gonna stop now. So. But we're not gonna, I feel like I'm not gonna be able to finish the trial this stream either, so. We'll see how it goes. 22nd February, 9:23 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. The Old Bailey. Because judging from the lengths of case in previous games, so I've been on this case for about 2 hours now, between the two streams. I'm trying to remember. I'm not gonna go look at my old VODs to remember, but I'm pretty sure the second case of the first game took me like 6 hours, 7 hours, something like that. 6 to 8 hours. So there's still a, you know, I was hoping I'd get some more investigation time, but that's kind of the MO of this game. Is I never get enough investigation time, and then I have to rush into the trial and be confused and scared. That's my line! I'm the one who's supposed to be confused and scared! Good morning! Good morning! Good morning! Good morning! Why am I doing Uncle Grandpa? I don't know. It was only 2 days ago that I was declared not guilty here. Maybe because the voice I'm doing for him is like only a couple steps removed from like, good morning! Yes, we somehow managed to prove he didn't stab Miss Green in the back. But now this! Another morning, another murder, and here I am again in this hellhole! Can't keep coming to court! I'm beginning to think he's right. It really does seem as though he's cursed. Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid I have bad news. Oh. Mr. Natsume. Good morning. Oh no, what is the bad news? Yes, morning. Good morning. So, here we are again. Yes, again. What's the bad news? This game's like comedic pacing is so good, especially just with like to do that with text and no voice acting is like, I don't know, it's impressive. If you come in shouting at the top of your voice, the people can't help hearing what you say. I know from experience. Oh, I'm sorry. You've done nothing wrong, Miss Susato. Now what is it? Well, it seems that the prosecution in today's trial will be led by Lord Baroque Van Zeeks. Van Zeeks? Ah! Oh no! Oh no! 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 Oh wait! 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 Oh wait! 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 The so-called Reaper of the Bailey, the most legendary prosecutor in the land. My favorite wine-drinking prosecutor. I do not have any wine. I was not prepared to go to trial today. I thought we'd be investigating for longer. In the trial 2 days ago, he pursued us relentlessly. Of course, by the skin of our teeth, we managed to pull through, but still. Perhaps Mr. Natsume's. Because they both have S. You see, like the S, and I'm like, perhaps Mr. And if they're both on screen, I'm like, perhaps Mr. Natsume's acquittal in the last trial wasn't the end of the matter after all. The legend of the Reaper that says, nothing can save a person in the dock when Lord Von Zeeks is prosecuted. Oh no! That even if that person is found not guilty, the accused will meet a mysterious end one way or another. We've experienced it firsthand. A man we successfully defended at the most terrifying end after his acquittal, right here in the Old Bailey. Ah! Do I have to put up with those ice-cold eyes boring into my soul again? Cursed by evil spirits and now by the Reaper! Peril, petrifying, perils, potentially... The little, like, 4-word zingers are so creative. I love them. Well, if it's potentially, at least you appear to have hope, Mr. Natsume. When I was reading up on this character, because I was bored, I think it was after the last stream, the 4-word, like, rambles that he does, in Japanese, they're just, like, it's just like a normal, like, there are 4-part compound words, and he just uses a lot of them. So it's not even that, from what I understood from what I was reading, it's not even that weird in Japanese. It's just the translating it over. They probably, I feel like they had to write each of those basically from scratch. Welcome, student Mr. To make them like an alliteration forward thing. Welcome, student Mr. Navajo Esquire. Yes, sorry, I was talking about things, stuff. I'm innocent! You have to believe me! I'll be your steadfast ally every step of the way in this battle, I promise. Boy. Well, the trial is scheduled to begin shortly. Yes, I forgot. I'm afraid he won't be able to make it, Mr. Sholmes. Is Mr. Sholmes just like bored by trials? He's never been there for the whole trial. He's like, I don't get to do enough talking. All those prosecutors and defense attorneys. I'm no good in a trial. I'm good to show up once a trial and give you a crucial piece of evidence and leave again. Like, you don't need me. That's probably for the best. If he were here, I might be tempted to rely on his help. That could be seen as a weakness. Yes, that's the other reason I don't show up. It's definitely not just because I get bored and don't get enough attention. Oh, well said, Oakham Stewart. What is he talking about? Oh, he's just like, he doesn't want Sholmes there because he hates Sholmes. I swear on the sword at my side, and on the spirit of Kazuma that it harbors. I'll show him what a Japanese lawyer can do. Oh, yes. Alright. Trial time. At least the start of it. 22nd February, 9:40 a.m. The Old Bailey Court. Okay, who's on the jury? Why is it always the same, like 20 people? How many repeat jurors do we have here today? Let's see. Well, first we need the prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. Readiness for the trial, my learned Nipponese friend, is not what the defense needs. What you need is readiness for your inevitable defeat. We've literally beat you every single time we've been in this courtroom. Which I guess at this point would just be twice. And one of them we only kind of beat. So you know what, whatever, fine. Like, fair enough. It was some time ago now that he first became known as the Reaper of the Bailey, I believe. These past few years he hasn't appeared in court at all. I don't know why I'm recapping this info to you. When you've fought, he's the only prosecutor you fought against. I'm recapping it because we're on the second game. But you don't actually need this info. Still, this is the time to be this isn't the time to be pondering. I have to concentrate on Soseki-san's trial. The jury has been chosen at random. Random my ass. Okay, this guy was in one of the juries before. This lady was also in one of the juries before. Maybe? I don't know. I rather like how you're wearing your hat. Who are you talking to? What? Okay, you're new. I need to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. I have a very important meeting. Let's make this quick. You were in another one. You were in literally the last trial right before this. I couldn't agree more. I need to take home 5 bob tonight or the missus will go through the roof. The stupid court put me on jury duty twice in a row. I haven't been able to work for the last, week. And he was also in the trial room. Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here and lead his flock to a righteous... What? Is this character religious now? Okay. Alright. The British jury system is so very different to our own, isn't it? It's quite extraordinary to think that the power of judgment is in the hands of 6 members of the public, and it's almost always apparently there's only 10 people in all of Britain, you know? There's what? It's supposed to be 1 million people in this city, and yet we keep encountering the same frickin' clowns. Chosen at random, or at least that's the idea. There's only one person on this jury, one, maybe 2 people on this jury that I don't recognize from a previous jury. The same, the pool of, eligible jurors is, 30 people, maybe. The prosecution would draw attention to the fact that the accused was on trial here but 2 days ago. Accordingly, where possible, the same jurors have been asked to return. Okay. Okay, so there's an actual explanation for why we have the same people in the jury this time? I thought it was just the jury system being bad, but no, it's the same people. The same people so that they have the info on what happened in the last case, because the prior case Soseki was on trial for sort of factors into this. That, I guess that makes sense. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is not the intent of the prosecution to cast doubt over your past decision. However, the innocent verdict afforded to this eccentric Nipponese before has had dire consequences. He is 100% going to try to cast doubt on the left. Did the accused repent for his wrongdoing in that affair? Far from it. Instead, he used his freedom to perpetrate a most blood-curdling crime. Namely, that of the attempted murder of his neighboring lodger, an innocent Englishman. To explain the circumstances of the crime, the prosecution calls its first witnesses to the stand. The detective responsible for investigating the scene, and the accused himself. But not John Garrett? I don't know. Witnesses, your names and occupations, please. Yes, sir. Device Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard's Homicide Division. Soseki Natsumi from the Empire of Japan. My government ordered me to come here as a student to study your language and culture. Mr. Natsume. Yes? My lord, sir? I'm quite sure I'm not mistaken. You swore an oath never to set foot in my courtroom again. That didn't last long. I remember it as if it were yesterday. The day before, in fact. But close enough. Believe me, this is the last place I want to be. Inspector, let's hear from you first. Explain the... Why aren't we hearing from the victim? Why are we hearing from these two? Maybe the victim's still in hospice, but if that's the case, maybe we should have waited a day to do the trial until he could be here. The incident occurred at the... Clapper. Smash. Take two. The incident occurred at the Garadib household with a defendant... We're moving on. We're moving on. That part doesn't need to be in the self-tape. Yes, it does. The incident occurred at the Garadib household where the defendant has lodgings. In the ground floor room of the victim, Mr. William Shamsby. The defendant has already admitted to visiting the victim on the night in question. Mr. Shamsby collapsed in his room as a result of poisoning by strychnine. Strychnine? I don't know. He was found the following morning when the landlord, suspecting something was wrong, broke down the door. This means, I presume, that the door to the victim's room was locked at the time of the incident. Correct, my lord. It was locked from the inside, making entry to or exit from the room impossible. Although the victim, Mr. Shamspeare, lives to tell tale, he very nearly didn't. Man was halfway to heaven when we first found him. I was the first officer on the scene, my lord, and I have a photographic print here that I took at the time to show how it looked. Yes, a chilling scene it is. Okay, has anything changed? What is this? What is this thing here? What is this? It looks like a frickin'... That looks like a twist knob. Like, I'm gonna reach up there and, like, twist that, and then his, like, robot head is gonna unscrew. Go like... If this were a Professor Layton game and not a, like, Ace Attorney game, that's what I would think was going on here. That's right. Everyone present believes that's exactly where he was. Dead. Very well, I should accept this photographic print as evidence. Nobody, like, checked his pulse? Now then, Mr. Natsume. Yes! As the defendant, do you have anything to say at this juncture? Please try not to yell it. They're haunted by evil spirits. Oh, where? sorry. Good gracious, what's haunted? And stop screaming randomly. My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings! The tenant before me died in mysterious circumstances. A woman was stabbed by no one on the street outside. My neighbor was poisoned. And me! What about me? I've nearly been killed countless times. Killed, Mr. Natsume? How? Even on that fateful night it happened. Are you really trying to use your dreams as evidence in courtroom, dude? The stove went out and somebody tried to kill me! You must always extinguish all fires before retiring for the night, Mr. Natsume. But it's so cold! My runny nose would freeze. The point is, I didn't poison my neighbor. Oh, why am I being accused of this? Why is my existence so cursed? Stop gamer raging about being cursed to lose in my courtroom. I don't care. If I could raise one more point, my lord. One more conclusive point. Conclusive? Go on. Fortunately, the victim, Mr. Shamspears, regained consciousness after his ordeal, and he is named the true culprit. Yeah, we knew this. Poison consumed by the victim was administered in a cup of tea that he drank on the night in question. Tea, my lord, that was brought to the victim's room by the accused. Okay, so I have a theory. The poison was in the tea, Soseki gave him the tea, he thinks Soseki killed him. How could someone else have poisoned the tea? Well, think about the gap in the window where the soap bars were. Now think about the fact that the guy had a soap bar at the table. I bet you that gap in the window was open, and my theory is that somebody's tea got put on that shelf, and then somebody from the outside, maybe yellow sus man that we saw earlier, poisoned the tea without anyone noticing. That's my theory. That's my rough theory. We'll see how accurate that is. The accused. Good grief! He's been accused? Like order! Stop talking, me. I'm telling me to order. Crux of the whole case. Soseki-san is innocent, then why? Why is the victim accused him? Well, Mr. Natsume, what have you to say to this accusation? That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result! Never will I touch tea again! Never! The public pump was frozen. That's not information we've heard before. That will do, thank you. Now, according to our laws, the defense must have the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses at least once. Therefore, I call upon these witnesses now for formal testimony. I presume the prosecution has no objection? None whatsoever, my lord. Good. Then you will give your account of events on the night in question to the court now. Yes, my lord! This character's just an excuse for me to, abruptly yell and make strange sounds. And they keep using him over and over again, so I keep... The catastrophic night. It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my neighbor, and I took some tea with me as a gift. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room at around 11. Around 11? Wait a minute. Making strange sounds is right up my alley. Good. Glad you're here then. Casey, I don't know, were you here? So, this case takes place right after... It's a bit confusing. I've already explained it, but this case takes place out of order with the timeline. It takes place right after. I missed it. Well, that's what I'm saying is you missed a couple streams, so you might be coming in at the perfect time. Remember the Garadib case? This takes place right after the Garadib case. It's a bit of a flashback situation. So, if you remember that case, this is like a sequel to that. This guy's involved again. My tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me or otherwise. Fuck. Strychnine takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it. Okay. Thing I have, though, is I was just talking to John Garadib, and he said that the tenant was awake. He said that the tenant on the first floor, the murder victim, was awake until 1 a.m. Now, Soseki is saying that he left the room around 11. So, that means either the poison... I mean, I guess it depends on how long the poison takes to take effect. I feel like we need more specific than just take some time, because there was at least a good, like, 2 hours from when the man was theoretically poisoned by Soseki to when he actually died. Victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left, but would he have been able to turn off the lights 2 hours later at 1 a.m.? That's what I'm a little... okay. We don't have any evidence that, like, proves that, though. We just have Garadib's testimony that we didn't write down. Yes, I see. All seems relatively straightforward. Is she gonna point this out? Excuse me, but... that testimony does raise one rather crucial point, I think. Mr. Natsume claims his tea to have been harmless. Presumably, though, the teacups have been examined for traces of the poison, haven't they? Why didn't I think of that? And why did she bring that up? Well, as it happens, no. We haven't been able to. Why not? Why are we doing this trial right now, then? Did I hear you correctly, Inspector? Scotland Yard has failed to examine the suspect's substance. How could you have overlooked something so important? Isn't it the first thing you should have done? My learned Nepalese friend is falsely incensed. The inspector said Scotland Yard was unable to examine the tea. Not that it was overlooked, but why were they unable to examine the tea? It's simple enough. There's none left. Not a drop. Wouldn't there have been poison residue, like, on the cup, though, maybe? Someone must have been very thirsty indeed. With current scientific techniques, it is not possible to test for poison under such circumstances. We only need a drop, but that one drop does actually have to exist, funnily enough. Wasn't there was like some spilled tea on the table, though. I don't know. The lack of examination notwithstanding, it appears nothing other than the tea passed the victim's lips on the night of... Did you check for soap? What? Soap? What are you talking about? Sholmes said he could have eaten soap. Cast your eyes over the jury, my learned friend. What? You can see it in their faces, I'm sure. The recognition of the accused's guilt. Oh, yeah, no, okay, it is. I do recognize all of these jury members, because it's literally the exact same jury. It's the same jury as the Garadib case, but with Joan Garadib replaced with some other woman, because Joan Garadib was on the stand for that case, but also the killer. Your client's fate is all but sealed. In mere moments from now, you will lose and get a game over, and your compatriots will be damned for all eternity. He's right. I can feel all 6 of the jurors looking daggers at me. Discombobulate. Can't let them discombobulate me. I won't. Counsel for the defense, proceed with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. Let me get a drink of water first. Tastes weird. Never mind. The catastrophic night. It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited. Okay, let's look at the court record. So we've got a second-hand book. Let's see. Okay, that's his books. It's not... Street map of the neighborhood. These are both evidence from the last trial, from the Garadib trial. Like, that's what I'm saying. This is a sequel to that one. Same accused, same jury, same, a lot of the same evidence. Okay, let's look at these cups. The one with the green line around the rim. There's really nothing on these. They're like spotless. I mean, I guess they are. Yeah. Examine it. Click on it. This is the teacup from which Mr. Natsume was drinking. Unlike the other one, the inside. The cup is completely clean. Wait, unlike the other one? Were they both clean? The whole thing was they were both clean. What? Hold on, wait. What? Yeah, wait, there's stuff on the rim here. Couldn't they have used that to test for poison? This must be the cup Mr. Shamspear was drinking. Stained on the inside. Tea does that, I'm afraid. Even green tea. Then why couldn't they... Is the stain not enough to... I don't care about the other dialogue. Is the stain not enough to to examine for poison? Weird. We've got a picture. We've got a picture. The thing on head. With the bar of soap. Why do what am I seeing appear on my screen? There aren't new chat messages, but something is flickering and I keep looking over. Oh. What is it, Mr. Naruhodo? This bar of soap. When we first found it, I could have sworn there was some sort of round disc in this depression just here, a reddish one. Yes, you're right, I remember it too. But now the depression is completely empty. Sus. Sus! There's a piece of evidence has been tampered with. Sussy. Whoever opened this envelope didn't bother with the letter opener or scissors, did they? Yes, whoever opened it was clearly someone with an unrefined temperament. And judging from the angle of this rip here, the person in question must have been right-handed. Miss Susato. I think perhaps someone's been reading too much of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Okay. Filler dialogue. Alright. So that's all we got from that. A ripped piece of envelope found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. Okay. So the only, like, new evidence, this is from last time, the only new evidence is the teacups, the end of the envelope, the soap, and the picture. Okay. So around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my neighbor and I took... Okay, let's start pressing the statements, because I think we're going to need to dig a little more information out of people. Were you and your neighbor good friends then? Ah, no! We weren't friends! Not at all! Not at all! Never! Ever! A simple no would have sufficed. Then, why did you decide to pay him a visit? Mr. Shamspeare fancies himself as having great literary knowledge. As a fellow scholar of English literature, we find much to talk about together. Come now, no Nipponese could understand the finer points of English literature. And on the night in okay, ignoring the racism. On the night in question, that was the topic of discussion. It was the day of my last trial, when I was acquitted. I'd just arrived back at my lodgings, when I ran into Mr. Shamspeare outside on the street. It was around 6 o'clock. We exchanged one or two pleasantries, but it soon turned into a heated discussion. Okay, wait, how long... Again, I want to know how long does it take strychnine, or whatever the poison is, however you pronounce the poison name, to kill somebody, because there's a very specific window in which would incriminate Soseki. If it takes 2 hours to kill somebody, timeline doesn't line up. If it takes 8 hours to kill somebody, timeline also doesn't line up. Like, how much time... I need the specifics. I'm gonna press that statement and ignore whatever he's saying right now because I don't care. Well, I don't know. Promised to visit that room at evening at 9, but did I have ill intentions? No, not one, not two, not any, not at all! I'm talking like Dr. Seuss! Dr. Soseki. Dr. Seusseki. Dr. Soseki. Okay, I need to... What? Dr. Sus! We had a heated literary debate, after which I went back to the room around 11. Hold it! This one too, because these are the ones establishing a timeline. The timeline is definitely important here. The timeline's always important in these kinds of things. The literary debate about Shakespeare's works, I think you said, didn't you? Shakespeare? Ah, a very worthy topic of conversation, I must say. Oh yes, my lord. Romeo and Juliet! Who was stronger? Please stop talking about who was stronger. What, like if they were fighting? What? Why would... What? Don't ask that. How did the debate... Well, we both agreed that we would reach a conclusion more quickly with a reenactment of what? A reenactment of what? They don't fight! What are you talking... We battled it out in a Greco-Roman style, naturally. Why? Why would you do this? Brain rot. Brain rot. Who would win, Superman or Goku? I'll be Superman, you be Goku. Let's go. Kamehameha! Like, I don't know. Mr. Shamspeare had all sorts of costumes in his room for just such a contest. But why? They don't fight in the play. What do you... What? He is Romeo. I is Juliet. And after a vigorous, wild tussle, did they have sex? I, as Juliet, came out on top. A victory I'll cherish forever. Okay, did they actually fight, or did they just have gay sex? Like, I don't, what is happening here? The fact remains that it was you who prepared the tea and took it to the victim, correct? Everything else, I don't care. Romeo versus Juliet? What, who? I boiled the water in my room and made a pot to take with me. I heard that he was too poor to have tea himself, you see. Death battle be like, yeah, right? Like, why are they were talking about Romeo and Juliet like two nerds do like death battle YouTube content. Like, what? Why? That doesn't make any sense. I wanted to do something nice, to be friendly. Like, that's spoken like two people who have never read a single word of Shakespeare. And yet they're supposed to be like literal. How much prep time does Juliet have? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, technically, if you go by the actual play, I think Juliet had more prep time. She was the one who prepped the whole like fake death thing, right? And then Romeo comes in. So like, why is everyone looking at me with such suspicion? My tea was harmless. Of course it was. And do you have any basis for that statement, witness, or are you just going to keep yelling it? My tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise. I don't care about that statement. This is the one I want. Well, how long does strychnine take to poison? How long does it take for symptoms to appear? According to the coroner? I didn't read it. According to the coroner, I was speaking to the art about 30 minutes after the poison is consumed. Then the victim suffers violent convulsions, cramping and stiffness, and eventually dies from... So you're telling me he was poisoned with the tea before 11 p.m., then at 1 a.m. he turned his light off? He's still alive? Like, if he was still alive... I feel like if he was still alive, he... Like, out of the scene of the body suggests he never got up from the table. Or, like, if he did, he was fine, and then he went and sat... I don't know. The timeline is not adding up. There's a 30-minute interval between when the poison is ingested and the onset of symptoms. And yet, John Garadib said he turned his light off at 1 a.m., a full 2 hours after Soseki left. Sus. 30 minutes is a long time, but not long enough. I wish I had actual evidence to use to prove that. Certainly long enough for the victim to have locked the door and left. I have the medical report from the doctor. Spells it out, really. He's the only person who could have... Okay, at some point, I can already tell you what is going to happen here. At some point... Hold on. I see it here. Delayed onset of symptoms. Let me look at this. The ingestion of a small quantity of strychnine. Toxic effects present 30 minutes after ingestion. Highlighted the midst of the tea. Poisoning incident occurred around what? Okay, this is literally an actual time. Wait, what? Okay, the evidence directly okay, wait, this evidence directly now we have a direct counter. The investigative conclusion is saying the poisoning incident happened around 1:30 a.m. But Soseki-san literally said that he left the apartment at 11. So we have our presenting evidence. Where is it? Here we go. I didn't even need to remember the John Garadib thing. I just needed to look at the evidence that said when the time of death was. Mr. Natsume, you say it was 11 p.m. when you left to return to your room, correct? Yes! And Inspector Gregson, can we rely on the information in the medical report unconditionally? Of course we can. No problem with that report, Sunshine. Actually, I think there's a very big one. Because there's a chronological inconsistency between it and the defendant's testimony. Chrono what? What you on about? According to this report, the victim must have consumed the poison at around 1:30 in the morning, and yet, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, left the victim's room at 11. Ah! Yes, that's right. There's more than 2 hours of missing time here. I like that I'd figured that out before even getting the, like, autopsy report. Or not the autopsy report, but you know what I mean, the poisoning info. I'm too smart for the game. Haha. They did the same intonation. The defense's argument is entirely reasonable. How do you respond, Lord Van Zeeks? I respond by pouring myself a glass of wine. The first glass of wine of the game. Unfortunately, I do not have wine. I also don't, I don't know, I don't want to really particularly want to get up and go find some. Yes, I do. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm back. I found a I found a little bottle of rosé. I didn't get a glass because I don't care. Pray forgive the, get out of here. Get out of here. Pray forgive the discourtesy if my mind has wandered. If I was considering what cuisine would best complement the contents of my hollowed chalice this lunch. First hollowed chalice of the game, boys! Cheers! That is a strong smell. No glass. Dies of cringe. Fine, I'll go get a glass. Hold on. Did you hear the pour? No, you didn't. The mic's over there. Did you even hear me talking? Hold on. I have a glass. Glass is here. The hollowed chalice. I was considering what cuisine would best complement the contents of my hollowed chalice this lunch. How could it have happened, you ask? I do hate to shatter illusions, but my Nipponese friend appears to be chasing a phantom idea. Yeah, that's right. We got the glass. Oh my god, that rosé is... How old is this? That's definitely been in the fridge for a while. Not like an insanely long amount of time, but, you know, like a month or two. It's alcohol though, like who cares? A phantom? The Phantom of the Opera is here! I have a feeling when it's out of date, yeah, a little bit. I should really be reading the text. Can I read the text, please? I was trying to click T for history, and it was, like, moving forward slowly, so I pressed space, and then I moved the whole... Whatever. Is it so hard to imagine that the victim drank his tea after the accused had left? For example, at the time stated in the medical report. Yes, at around 1:30. Objection! Mr. Natsume brought the tea with him to drink together with his neighbor. And in Japan, there is a well-known saying. Drink tea while it's hot. Hot chocolate, hot, hot chocolate, hot. Objection! And in my country, there is an even more apt saying. There is nothing more refreshing than cold tea. The point is, there was such a long gap. There may be other ways to explain how the victim came to be poisoned, other possibilities. What sort of possibilities, counsel? Don't suggest soap again. I will have you... It's not that. Well, for example, the man could have had another visitor. Another visitor. That's a very bold assertion, my little friend. From someone who has nothing to substantiate it. Or the victim could have taken the poison of his own volition. You suggest this may have been a suicide, counsel? Objection! Mr. Shamspeare has categorically denied suicide. The idea can and must be discounted. Miss me? Oh, Jack! What up, gamer? I've got a hollowed chalice, and I'm going to figure out who killed, or who didn't kill Mr. William Shamspeare. I don't know, it's weird because the dude's not actually dead. But, yes, I did miss you. Oh. Objection! But he could be lying. I don't know what that was. There's something wrong, Lord Van Zeeks. What are you doing? I was listening to the sound of the carriage pulling up outside the courtroom. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Carriage? Oh no, the victim's here. Sup, fuckles? To the lane! It would seem the key player in this case has just arrived. The victim? Because the victim's still alive. He didn't die. Hold it! just said hold it. Oh, yeah, okay, the victim's here. Out! Out, brief candle! Life's but a walking shadow. The victim's like an actor, is a guy. Okay, alright. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Oh no. Jack, what do you know that I don't? This guy's here. Menace Man is here. Who, sir, are you? William Shamspeare, my lord. Alas, 'twas I, undone by these bitter events. I am the victim! What? What's he doing here? I mean, I knew, of course he's gonna show up at some point. The victim is still alive? I'm surprised he wasn't here from the start. The prosecution seeks to call this gentleman to the stand. With his testimony, my learned friend's futile resistance will be utterly crushed. Yeah, because this guy's just gonna, like, give me an account which backs up what Von Zeeks is arguing. You're calling him as a witness? Very well, counsel. I grant your request with interest. I'm curious to discover what the court shall hear from the victim himself. He's got a scepter. Oh, no. Happy am I, Shamspeare, to regale thee with my tale of woe, my lord. But I still have my own tale to tell. My own tale of worse woe. I can regale the court with the tale of my perfect innocence in perfect English. That will do, Mr. Natsume. Please stop yelling. Let the court hear now from the victim. Susato is a Nepo baby. Shut up. Oh, why is this guy here? What? Yellow Sus Man is here. What is he doing here? Who's this guy? I feel sure we caught a glimpse of that man before. Is that guy his, like, bouncer? What is going on? Did that guy kill him? Or attempt to kill him? That guy's sus. Yellow Sus. State your names and occupations for the court, please, witnesses. Ah! A wither of words, a writer of words so sweet they do scent the breeze, an inventor of ideas so profound they compose the earth, the unrivaled poet, the unmatched scribe, William Shakespeare, were the great bard to be recalled to life anew. Lo, what a magnificent man! It's his boyfriend. Okay, that would make sense. They did. Okay, him and. You weren't here when I was joking about, like, Shamspeare and, Soseki, like, battling it out, air quotes, as Romeo versus Juliet. Like, interesting. Oh, the name's Meteman. Adron B. Meteman. Adron B. Meteman. I work for the Ultimount Gas Company, East End branch. Why is a gas company guy here? What is this? What is going on? Yesterday on Briar Road. Oh yeah, she's right, it's him. Oh, what's this? This guy's sus. What is he doing? Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? Excuse me, can we have a... Okay, explain to me right now why this guy isn't the killer. Like, why is he here? Why is this... Yeah, Popeye type beat. Yeah, why is this Popeye looking ass here? He's a gas company employee? What does he have to do with this case? Oh, Mr. William Shamspeare, you are the victim in this miserable affair, correct? Oh, heaven! Oh, hell! Do you command me to remember that sweet poison that didst cross me and cross mine innocent lips? A shitting ass, farting ass, Popeye ass. I've subpoenaed him for the trial, with his doctor's permission, naturally. Hearing the testimony of the aggrieved will remove any doubt for the room. Behold, you have only to rearrange the letters of my name to see that me's a seraph. An angel indeed! Angel! Thus be I, noble of mind, sweet of nature, and verily honest of heart, as all the heavenly angels be. Because there isn't a less contrived meaning in your name. No, not at all. The jurors seem to be very moved by this man, I'm afraid. Oh, God. They're actually taking the Seraph anagram idea seriously? Thank you, witnesses, for your illuminating introduction. Angel! But my lord, what's the man next to Mr. Shakespeare doing here? The gas man, I mean? What? Me? Well now, allow me to enlighten my listeners. You recall, I presume, your earlier impertinence? When you suggested that the victim had another visitor? There was actually another visitor? What? No, what? What is... This young chin-stroker is here to controvert your wild claims. Conclusively. Is that not so, Mr. Meterman? Hang on. No, I'm just here. Why do you think you're here then, buddy? What's going on? You will tell the court as lucidly as possible what happened on the night in question. One may smile and be a villain. Yes, it doth pain me, but let the truth be spoken. The truth of that wintry night of my discontent. Oh wait. Fuck whatever voice I was doing for this guy before. Walter, that's the voice now. Walter, William. The snow lay about. My neighbor did cometh in the evening, bearing a gift of tea. But merry, bitter was his drink, and when he left, I did fall prostrate on my table. 'Twas the tea alone did pass my lips that late hour, naught else. I was outside this bloke's window in the freezing cold all night, keeping an eye on his room. No one else visited his room but that short little round-backed Easton. Okay, why were you keeping an eye on his room the whole night? Sus? That's right. Of course, the bloke's window is all but blocked up, isn't it? There's a little gap in the bricks there. You can see it. Walter. It's not exactly. So I spent the night trying to keep my teeth from chattering as I peered in through that. Question is, sir, why? Ah! Well now, that's because he's on my list. The way he, leaned forward, and another, 3DS effect there. What a piece of work is a man! Wherefore wouldst thou not stare in wonderment? What are you talking about? This buzzing busybody has not part in this play. He is merely an audience. Make no more ado about his tedious words. Hey, what'd you say about me? Calm yourself. This court is concerned with what happened on the night in question, nothing more. Indeed, that is so. And as the testimony we have just heard clearly reveals, there was no one other than the accused present at the time who could have carried out this crime, except the weird peering in through the window gas man. I mean, he wasn't in the room, but this just reinforces my theory of puts tea on gap in windowsill, guy poisons tea, he drinks it. I'm sure it's a lot more complicated than that. Like, the wintry night of my discontent. Oh. I hate that, what is it? This. What is that face is horrible. What? There's some specific, cursed cartoon character that this is making me think of. I don't know if anybody in chat knows. It's like an ugly, early 2000s cartoon villain making this face. It's deep in the recesses of my brain. The snow lay about. My neighbor did cometh in the evening, bearing a gift of tea. Hold it! A gift of tea. To be clear, by neighbor, you are referring to the defendant, Mr. Natsume. Oh, indeed, sire. Perchance thou wouldest that I call him the man from upstairs? And at what time did the mustachioed Nipponese visit you? I hate it. Yeah, like, it's so weird. I don't like that face. I don't like that expression. Our meeting was promised for the hour of 9, and lo, did he come to tender a gift of fragrant tea. I kind of liked it fragrant. I kind of like that. I like that better. Details, which are in accordance with the defendant's own testimony, yes. We were broiled in such a literary debate as history hath not seen before. Yeah, I can kind of believe you that you guys might have been the first to ever debate Romeo versus Juliet, who would win in a death battle. Like, but also, they probably aren't the first to have talked about that. Their discussion about who was this, like, somebody has probably actually has had that conversation. It's a joke. I mean, Shakespeare's been around for like 500 years. I, Shakespeare, did play the part of young Romeo, whilst my neighbour played the fair Juliet. Each of us dressed as would our characters be, to bring weight upon our merry experiment. I dare not imagine the scene. Frailty, thy name is woman! Canst thou imagine how dismayed I was? Yes, I had heard of the eastern art of jiu-jitsu, but ne'er did I dream it would be a skill practiced by the comely maiden. Juliet beat Romeo up? This is not helping our case. I believe the court has heard enough about your earth-shattering literary debate. I'm still not entirely sure this debate was not, like, sounds very sexually charged scenes. Perhaps you could reiterate your statement about the tea that the accused brought to your room? My liege, I am thy servant. Gladly I would do thy bidding. Bitter was his drink, and when he left... So, wait, did you drink it right when he left? Or... Mr. Natsume left your room at 11 o'clock, but it wasn't until after 2 that the poison made you collapse. That amounts to more than 3 hours of missing time. If the defendant had really put the poison... He didn't have dialogue there, he just did a dance. If the defendant had really put poison into your tea, that 3-hour window of time is something you're going to have to explain. Gladly. 'Tis an easy task. What? I did drink of the tea, not while my guest did tarry, but after he took leave of me. Faith, 'twas stone cold, but at 1 hour post midnight, verily were my lips parched.
Objection!
That doesn't sound normal. Nay, 'tis quite ordinary, sire. After all, thou wouldest recall our fiery debate. Amidst such argument, there'd be no time for fiery tea. Romeo and Juliet again. And who was stronger? I love this death battle Romeo and Juliet bit. Like, so stupid. Mr. Shakespeare, in summary, allow me to confirm. Did you not come here with the intention of naming your attacker? Da 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 da! But of course, my liege. 'Twas the stooped lover of words did attempt to shuffle me of this mortal coil. We all know what that means. 'Twas the tea did pass my lips. Okay, why were you outside? Let's get into that. The windows of that house have all been filled in. A historical artifact of the now defunct window tax. Yeah, you're right there. All bricked up horribly. That was not, I want to do this voice. Yeah, you're right there. All bricked up horribly. I keep trying to make him English. I mean, I guess I still can, but I gotta get the raspy tone in my voice. I'm gonna drink a little more booze and it'll put me there, maybe. But, as it happens, there's a little part of the brickwork at the bottom corner that's been opened up. I was looking in through that gap, Walter. You've been acting sus lately. There were a few bricks loose, weren't there? And for a strange reason, a couple of bars of soap lined up on the ledge outside as well. I don't like going around poking my big-ass chin in other people's business. My shitting-ass, farting-ass, Popeye-ass chin in other people's business. Especially on freezing cold nights. But them's my orders, so that's what I'll keep doing. As long as there's breath in my body. And spirit, heart, and soul in my diarrhea in my ass. Out of it. How old is this Meterman guy supposed to be? 23. He's my age, and I'm giving him this voice. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. I'm not changing it now. Out of interest, Mr. Meterman, after the accused had left and returned to his own lodgings, did you see the victim leave the room at all? No! He never left. He was in that room the whole time, as far as I'm concerned. And we can therefore discount the possibility of suicide. How can you be sure of that? The police carried out a thorough investigation of the scene and found no receptacle for poison. And since we know the victim didn't leave his room and hence didn't dispose of the poison's container himself, it's clear that this was no attempted suicide. Wait, why are we talking? We already know it wasn't a suicide. Why are we talking about this? No one else visited his room but that short little black Eastern fellow. Hold it! My voice is gonna be fucked up at the end of this. So you didn't have any kind of evening meal? Dinner? Supper? Ha! Fie on luxury! Fie on luxury! Fie on gluttony! To eat thrice daily is but a waste of time. Sorry? I would that my belly were full, no more often the sun doth rise. La-di-da-di-da! La-di-da-di-da! Well, most heroic eating habits, I must say. What is he doing? Night and day do I fill my hours with the study of the great bard and playwright. Hence is it that there doth not in my chamber be then the costumes of mine art. I don't have money for food. That would appear to be the case, as even a rodent was found starved to death in your room. Now I think of it, it's not just food that was conspicuously missing, is it? I don't recall seeing a single play or script anywhere. For I have devoured them all. He eats paper! Paper eater! You've eaten them? Every word be within my skull. Didst thou imagine other one? Right. That wasn't misleading at all. Now, could you turn around, do you think? Which brings us to the conclusion that the only way this poison could have passed the victim's lips is in the tea. Okay, one last statement to no, I didn't mean to press that. I didn't. That's the entire testimony. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I can't see any obvious issue here. Right, he's guilty. Yes! Okay, let's try. I was trying to press this one. Yeah. Hold it! No one else visited a room but that short little round-backed Eastern fella. Walter. How many other short little round-backed Nipponese with a mustache do you think there are in London? Of course he's talking about Soseki. Half the time I try to say Soseki, my brain goes Susato first. I don't know. One name per letter can stay in my brain at a time. Well, of course. It's only a narrow gap, and it was quite dark, so I didn't notice the mustache. But he showed up at around 9. Pretty sure of myself. What if he saw me? What if he's completely wrong about the time and he saw me in the morning? He was there in the morning. I mean, that's a bit far-fetched, but like, when the person you saw arrived, did he and Mr. Shamspeare drink tea together? Nah, sorry, I couldn't say. Why not? Because I couldn't see into the room all that well, could I? But what I did see was the silhouette of that little roundback fellow wearing a pretty dress. Okay, so he did see the death battle. And the pair of them started some kind of wrestling match. It was pretty damn horny. I'm Walter. Been acting pretty sexy lately. That was the Romeo and Juliet championship battle getting underway. God, I fucking hate Coleman. He's such a miserable pile of garbage. I want to kill him. Wait, oh no, Siri, turn off voice text. Walter. Mr. Meterman, allow me to confirm one final time. Apart from the accused, can you state with certainty that no one else visited the victim on the night in question? No question. Gasman's honor. You are not the guy. Any weird thing you send in chat is gonna get filtered through that voice right now. Yeah, you're not capable of being the guy. My lord. Except that one's actually a mic quote. I had a guy, but now I don't. I need to be reading the text. Stop pressing the space button when I'm doing the bit. You are not the guy. Yes, Mr. Foreman? I've kept my mouth shut and listened up to now, but this has gone on long. This guy sucks. Why is this guy on every jury? I mean, I know they're like using the same jurors as the case the day before, but like this guy was also in the McGilded case. As of now, like for the timeline of Ryunosuke, like where this case takes place, right after the fourth case of the first game, this guy, this W mustache handlebar guy, has been a juror on every single case Ryunosuke has tried in this courtroom. Why? This guy's so annoying. Why is he here? Why is he always here? Oh, I do understand that you ladies and gentlemen of the jury are in agreement. Why are you always here? You're sus. You are not the guy. Juror number one, you're not capable of being the guy. Smash or pass the jurors during the next juror examination. I can tell you right now, this guy's a pass. Wait, no, the defense is in the middle of a cross-examination. To be honest, I was holding out a bit of hope for you, young man. Especially after you identified those few hours that followed the accused leaving the victim's room. Yes, the 3 missing hours, as you put it. This is the one that I gave the, like, Popeye olive oil voice to, I think. I don't know. All these jurors are blurring together. But in the end, what difference do they make? None, as far as I can see. This is the only new juror on this jury. She's here replacing Joan. Smash. And since that's now apparent, there's really no reason to delay our decision. Just be boring and say smash to all the women. Like I was saying before, if I don't take Bob home with me tonight, the missus will blow it up. Now, this guy's a smash, too. I miss Joan. I do not miss Joan. You can miss Joan all you want. What's that? Sorry, I didn't quite catch it. This guy is not a smash. This guy is a pass. This guy's like Spoon at best. I'm gonna stop talking about this now. Very well, let the court be appraised. I know I skipped a couple of them, but I don't care.
Guilty!
Guilty. People who vote innocent get to get on the smash list. Please vote innocent.
Guilty.
Stop doing this.
Guilty.
All of you. What else is new, dude? We've reached the jury part. Yay! Booze! So, this time at least, it seems justice will be done. All's well that ends well, as they say. This calls for a toast, I feel. To the guilty being punished. Wah! Wah! Rosé is not good. Get up, Mr. Naruhodo, please. The trial isn't over yet. What do you mean, Miss Susato? Maybe I just haven't had alcohol in a while? I don't know. I think I just haven't had, like, fizzy, like, rosé wine type shit in a while. What about the information I found in this encyclopedia of British law I have? That obscure right that belongs to the defense, the one that you use every time. Yeah, okay. Summation examination time. Oh boy. Stupid. Oh, stupid. Objection! Someone stands above the rest. It's Joan. I scream with joy. Smash! Holy shit. Is that your fucking... Holy shit. That fucking body of yours. Holy fuck. I go full Adam Levine Instagram DMs. Here in a British court of law, if we can reverse the decisions of a majority of the jurors, we can force the trial to continue. This trial can't end now. Whatever it takes, I just can't let that happen. The defense moves its... who cares? Why am I not surprised? My learned Nipponese friend's inability to admit defeat. You choose to cling desperately to... I have got to stop pressing the button. You choose to cling desperately to some archaic rule you barely comprehend, instead of accepting the truth. Certainly no other defense counselor in recent times has exercised the right to a summation examination. Objection! Holy fuck, that fucking body of you. Nevertheless, the right remains must be upheld. The defense counsel's request is granted. This court will proceed with a summation examination as outlined in the Encyclopedia of the... Objection! Holy... The shirt's coming off! Ugh! Holy fuck! I'm going Adam Levine mode. Adam Levine's like always shirtless at every concert. Like, I don't know. He's like covered in tattoos. Gross. What a gross man. Thank you, my lord. Are you and your fellows prepared, Mr. Foreman? Believe me, my lord, we know all about this young lad's tenacity. I've faced him in court in 3 trials. He's just like you, for real. Adam Levine... God damn it. I can't even counter you, because the whole point of that bit was so I could... It's just like you, for real. I'm not covered in tattoos. I'm not getting a tattoo. I'm not getting a tattoo. Wait. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby call Big Jack Horner. Stop it. Shut up. I liked it better when the only people talking in chat were bots saying, Doge Hype, go to dogehype.com. Big Jack. No, Big Jack Horner's like an Ace Attorney villain. That's not a prosecutor. That's an Ace Attorney villain. Like, straight up. His design and everything is, yeah. Somebody, I need to find him photoshopped onto like an Ace Attorney trial stand. The victim may not be well off, but he's a noble man and straight up. There's no reason to doubt the man. You mean the theater guy? Holy fuck, that fucking Doge Hype of yours is incredible. Well, I do declare. That's why I gave her that voice, because she says, I do declare, yeah. Well, I do declare the good gentleman has no reason to lie. In fact, I think he's rather splendid. Just look at the accused by comparison. He's Japanese, stoops all the while, and has a mustache. Very fishy. Okay. There's no evidence to suggest the gangling actor was a fraudster. For now, at least. I really don't care. Like, I haven't been able to work all week. 3 hours of missing time is nothing when you reach my age, you know. Nothing at all. The repeat jurors from that other case just means that a lot of these people on this jury stand have now been on 3 of my cases. Because a lot of them were already repeat jurors before. And now they're like, whatever. Put the booze over there. Drink the water. But smash or pass for Big Jack Horner? Oh, smash. They don't call him more like Big Jack Horngry. I have to stop streaming. It would seem that all the jurors have come to the conclusion that Mr. Sham... How much did my mic... How much did my mic pick that up? It's just like me like slurping. Oh no. I thought this was going to be a more normal stream. No. A normal stream? With the Chuck? No way! Coochie coochie my boocha, coochie coochie my. I'm skipping all the text. What am I doing? There's always a chance I might have forgotten some crucial detail. Okay, I need to like actually pay attention. I or not. Wait, what? What are you trying to talk me through? What do you want me to do? Remind you. I remember how the summation examination works. I'm good. This is for people who didn't play the first game. It picked up enough. Yeah. It wasn't loud. It was just bad. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Fuck. Holy fuck. Holy. Walter, holy fuck, Shamspear, that fucking, holy fuck, Walter, that fucking body of yours. The key to this is really listening carefully to each juror's statement, not getting distracted by bits. Please don't type anything funny in chat until I've figured out what to do next. Without further ado, counsel, please proceed with the summation examination. Yes, my lord. Holy fuck! The fucking body of yours. Defenses rebuttal. The victim may not be well. Why did I say that so, like, aggressively? Hold on. The victim may not be well off, but he's a noble man and Oi, I'm Lord Kent, cunt! The victim may not be well off, but he's a noble man and straight up! He's a noble man, straight up! No reason to doubt the man. I do declare the good gentleman has no reason to lie. They're all just saying the same thing. The guy's fishy. No evidence to suggest that gangling actor's a fraudsman. I don't know what to, I don't know who to pit against each other. Whatever. Press this one. A fraudsman? What do you mean by that, madam? You're the only juror I haven't, like, interacted with before, so let me try to pry some info out of you. It really is a most tiresome problem for the company. Most irritating. We can be absolutely certain that a customer is stealing from us. Okay, so you're Michael Fingers' boss. I don't know what the guy's name is. The meter man. The meter man's boss. Got it. Like, that's what's like, a new juror. Okay, how are they connected to the incident somehow? Lost me a little bit. Who are you? I'm the wife of Augustus Altamont, owner of the Altamont Gas Company. Good gracious! Altamont Gas, you say? Gas is the future of energy in this country and around the globe, but proper handling is essential. As I'm sure our employee from the East End branch office would be the first to agree. Absolutely, Lady Quimby. Gotta be used properly. Altamont Gas is the best in the world, of course. Let's start to get my voice. Hold on. I think we may have solved the mystery of the bow from earlier? The bow. Oh, he bowed in deference to his employer's wife, did he? So, would I be right in assuming that the reason Mr. Meterman was watching what Mr. Shamspear was up to in his room? He's a noble man, not figuratively, not metaphorically, or poetically, or any other fancy. What? I don't know. How is the audio? I haven't asked that this stream, and there's actual people typing in chat here, so I guess now's a good time to ask. I always feel like it's either like my mic is either a little loud, or my mic is either a little quiet. I cranked it up today, because last time it was a little quiet. So hopefully it's not, like, if it's a little loud, I can turn it down. I'm afraid there's no end, but also, I figure it's not, because the slurping sounds were not, like, horrible. I don't know. I'm afraid that there's no end to the length of the population of... Okay, I don't care. Yeah, she dispatches a worker. Yeah, got it. So you mean Mr. Shamspear is... I wouldn't come out and say it in public. But you can finish that sentence with a grubby little gas thief! Okay, it's fine. Yeah, alright. You have noticed the public gallery in here, have you? The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Faith, wouldest thou wound me with thy words, were I to let them penetrate the skin. But seraphs hear not insults, only choirs of angels in song. We may not have evidence yet, but my workers won't stop buzzing around you until they find it. And when they do, you'll find yourself blasted back to your angelic heights in an Altamont Gas explosion! Alright, so we've replaced Joan with another, like, very eccentric woman. So Mr. Shamspear has been another, like, clue character. I wonder, juror number 4, if you wouldn't mind adding that information to your statement. My pleasure. Was it the bit about ripping the thief apart that you enjoyed? A little before the part about abject violence, please. Alright, so now we can pit that statement against one of the ones that says, oh, he never did anything wrong. Yeah, okay. It's like, because this is the second game, and it's like, okay, all these are together in one package, but they were originally released separately. It's like, the difficulty level, it hasn't completely reset, but like, this case is way easier than the last case of the first game. So it's like the difficulty has rewinded back somewhat. So this is a pretty easy case. I mean, I've also just, like, played all this. It's like, no cases are going to be that hard. I do declare the good gentleman has no reason to lie.
Objection!
The gas thing gives him a reason to lie. Gas! These two statements are fundamentally at odds with one another. Hold it! My lord! Okay, they're not at odds with one another. Alright, hold on. Yes, later it's my... Shut up, Bruce. Isn't his name Bruce? No, his name's not Bruce Goodman. That's the victim in the other Ace Attorney game. But what is this guy's name? I don't remember. But, I don't know. Bruce Fairplay. That's what it is. It's not Goodman. It's Fairplay. His last name's Fairplay, yeah. The key to it is comparing the different... Okay, shut up. Okay, which statement is the one that... That's about the accused. No reason to lie. He's a nobleman, and there's no reason to... That one's more general. Let's go. Those two statements are fundamentally at odds with each other, Mr. Fairplay. Ba 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 ba. How is that wrong? I must need to press another one of the statements. They're saying that there's no reason to doubt the guy, and then she's saying he's a gas thief. Whatever. So you've got your facts straight. Keep your pointy fingers to yourself. Okay. Right. Let me press your stupid statements.
Hold it!
Well, there are plenty of people in London who seem no but poor. Am I hiccups? I just like poked scratch my neck. I have no doubt about it, like that shaky client of yours. Absolutely not, Mr. Natsume is no liar. Look, the point is, the only thing that passed the victim's lips that night was that Japanese man's tea. When you take the gas man's testimony into account as well, the truth couldn't be any clearer. Okay. Okay, he's got some logic. If it turns out that the old Shakespearean chum is a rotten lie after all, I gladly change my name. Okay, this guy's being reasonable today. He's not being an idiot. So we'll... Yeah, alright. If you're gonna be reasonable today, then fine. What's that? Oh my god, why do they keep bringing the old man who can't hear anything? How many gentlemen do we actually have on the jury? I'm tired of jurors. Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. If you need a lawyer, better call Saul. Wait, he changed his words. If you can show that the victim's a liar, now I can pit them against each other. Okay.
Objection!
If I get a strike for this, okay. Good gracious, to whose statements do you refer, counsel? Juror number 1. What are you yelling about? I presume you've heard juror number 4's statement, made by the wife of the owner of Altamont Gas? Well, yes. The victim, who you claim to be a noble, straight up man, in fact, turns out to be a common thief. So the good lady says, but there's no evidence, is there? You and I both of them say there's no... Well, I guess there is evidence that Soseki committed this murder, but... It's true, we don't have evidence as such, just yet. But the claims aren't based, you know, they're based. Based on what? That actually works in the flow of the dialogue, seeing as his operation has already been compromised. I would suggest that the court hears testimony from our East End branch employee over there. I'll do whatever you say, milady. Gasman's on. Ugh. I got a bit of a bug in my throat. Hey, it's me, Mr. Meaderman. Just like change his voice. If if I could show that Mr. Shamspear was a liar, you assured me that you would reconsider your... Wait, I know what to change his voice to. If I'm gonna do this, it's like... I'll do... Me? Oh, well, yes. And now that we've found the man a liar, we ought to consider... Okay, well, that was easy. To be perfectly honest, I heard half of what you said. That guy really is not changing his vote because he needs to go. This guy, the hairy arm guy over here is just like a poor worker who's had to do 2 trials in a row. He's supposed to be at his job right. He's gonna get like evicted from his home because they keep making him come back to the courtroom. Do people get like financially compensated for the work they have to miss for jury duty? So, Mr. William Shamspeare, if that is your real name, we, the jury, demand to know exactly what kind of a man you really are. Like, he literally kept his vote as guilty just because he's like, I need to go home. I'm sorry. Well, sorry, bud. Each case takes like 8 hours, so we're gonna be here for a while. It's 4 jurors, 4 for not guilty. Wow, we turned the tides just immediately. Okay, cool. Glad they're like blindly following the Bruce Fairplay this time. Ow. Oh my god. I'm not even gamer necking, I'm gamer shouldering. Well, this is quite extraordinary, I must say. As a result of the defense's summation examination, the jury's leaning has changed. Now only 2 jurors say guilty, whilst 4 say not guilty. I therefore declare this court to be in a state of disaccord. My brain did not register that disaccord was a word, and I was literally reading that thinking, why is he stretching out the word discord like that? In a state of disaccord! Discord! Like, why is he, like, saying discord? Brain rot, brain rot, brain rot. Only after I read it was I like, oh wait, that is a word. And order the trial to continue. Discord, I'm howling at the moon. You have spoilt the bouquet, Mr. Shamspeare. That sip was particularly spicy. Putting the glass down, I'm gonna read the dialogue, and I'm not gonna... Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, they now find they are unable to trust you, the victim. Yeah, wait, they're all like, oh wait, maybe the guy didn't do it because the victim's sus. Like, bruh, he's the victim. What is this case? It's a funny case. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm kooky also. Kooky. What song is popping into my brain? They're kooky and they're crazy. The Addams Family. Okay, we're gonna continue now. But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. So God mend me, I do swear. This gas man speaketh that which concerns him most. Not but gas, not but thin air. Aye, it burneth blight for a while, but it hath no substance, and it doth reek foul. Oi! What did you say? I don't want to do the bit anymore. I like the voice. I was gonna do a bit where he like coughs, and then suddenly he's got like a really like a high pitched like squeaky voice, but I'd rather do the mic voice. Do I take it, Mr. Shamspeare, that you deny the allegations of gas thievery? Most heartily, my lord. Hast thou forgot? I am an angel. It was like, why is it? It's gonna. It always does this. Every time I stream, this is why I don't use a webcam. It just gets so hot Wednesday. Shut up. I said Adams. Shut up. I said Adams Family like 3 minutes ago. Stop typing Jenna Ortega feet in my chat. Now is not the time. Ah, you flowery-mouthed, pompous beanpole, just because I haven't gotten the evidence yet. Mr. Shamspeare, if, in fact, you are not noble of mind, sweet of nature, or honest of heart, if you are a liar, then your testimony should have no sway in this courtroom. How behind are you? I brought up Addams Family like 3 minutes ago, and you're just now typing this. It is my considered opinion that at the present time no other possible culprit of this crime has been identified. All testimony heard by the court Wednesday cringe. Stop it. No, no. All testimony heard by the court thus far heavily implicates the defendant. In short, it would not be unreasonable at this stage for me to rule on the case. Oh, no. However, in light of the fact that the jury has expressed concern about the fidelity of this witness, I believe it would be inappropriate for this court not to pursue the point further. I didn't. What did he. No, I got what he said. I was reading that, but my changed the stream title to Jenna Ortega feed for 15 minutes and see if the I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't. I assure you, my lord, that would be a waste of the streamer's time. The Jenna Ortega feat and this case are unrelated. Juror number 4. Show me your feet, juror number 4. Didn't you say before that although you had... No, it won't be a funny highlight video, and I'll tell you why. Because the stream title is not on my screen right now. The stream title, there's nowhere on my title does it say the stream title. The viewers are increasing. The viewers are increasing. Hold on. No, I can't. You've strong grounds for suspecting him. That's right, we do. Don't we? Worker. Absolutely, Lady Quimby. Gasman's on. No, but the viewers will increase. They will increase. The viewers have already increased one. Since we started talking about this. I don't think it's related, but like... We're very well then, we will hear your testimony. You will tell the court precisely why you believe the victim, Mr. William Shamspeare, has been stealing gas. Yes, my lord. If I may, my lord. Go ahead, madam. This worker's testimony may have a significant bearing on the good name of my husband's company. Therefore, I should like to take the stand alongside him. Why is the 4th juror always just, like, on the stand? Like, wahoo! Oh, yeah! Yeah, sweet as honey! Yeah! Let's go! Fine, hold on. What time is it right now? We get this title for 10 minutes. No, 5 minutes. No, 8 minutes. Compromise. It's 8:12 now. I'll change the title until 8:20 and see how many people come into the stream. Very well. As an exception, I shall allow you to take the stand. You wait till the boss gives you an earful. Oh, it's gonna sting like a bee. Oh, mark my words. You will both testify before the court on the subject of the illegal consumption of the Altamont Gas Company's fuel. Clear as Altamont gas, my lady, which is the clearest in the world. I'm doing like a really nasally version of Mike. That's what this is. Do you think the gas has gone to his head? Gas. That's what people are going to think when they see this stream. I need to add like Great Ace Attorney or something. I can't just leave it. Hold on. There. The Altamont Gas Company's investigation. I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator and meter money collector. Okay, that doesn't count if you got somebody from our Discord server to come join the stream because I changed the name. Shut up. I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator and meter money collection agent. Altamont gas meters accept threepenny bits, each coin giving customers about 2 hours of gorgeous gas. And yet, the meter in Mr. Shamspeare's room didn't have a single coin in it. The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though, and the collection agent has the only key. Somehow, he's using all the flaming gas he wants without paying a penny. Yeah, Luke was probably here before, actually. He was the 3rd viewer that came in, probably. Convenient timing. You came in right before we switched to the feet cam. I hate this bit. If that's not thieving, what is? He wants to see feet pics without paying a penny. Not thieving. Booze. I need more booze. Pray forgive the discourtesy. The irrelevance of this bit caused me to turn my hollow turn to my hollow chalice. What do you mean by that remark, Lord Von Zeeks? Did the mus did the mustached Nipponese poison the gangling excuse for an actor, or didn't he? That is all that should concern this court. And yet now we must listen to this gas. Clearly, what separates the vast British Empire and your Eastern Island nation is more than geographical distance. But this could turn out to be crucial testimony. The cross-examination must go ahead. Oh, he's breaking the bottle now, too. Oh, boy. Do what you will. Lord Von Zeeks appears to be in a violent mood. Yes, he does. An attempted poisoning, and an incident of gas theft with no supporting evidence. It's true that they would appear completely unrelated at first glance. But I wonder. The truth tends to be buried in the most unusual places. And the first step in uncovering it will be to establish just who and what this man really is. Okay. Altamont Gas Companies. I haven't been paying attention for the past, like, 15 minutes. Something about gas is happening. No. Damn it. I was really hoping we'd go the whole 8 minutes without somebody showing up. Hi there, wholesome demon. Yes, this is the feet are a lie. The feet is a lie. Jenna, stop typing. I'm proud to. I can't pay attention. Press the statements. Go. So does that mean you enter people's houses in order to empty their gas meters? Leaves immediately. No, that's what people are gonna leave when they come in and see there's no feet. That I do. Have to try to catch people when okay, hold on. I know how I can fix this. It's Jenna Ortega. It's great Ace Attorney time. Hold on. Great. Hold on. I'm changing the title again. It's great Ace Attorney time. Feet. Parenthesis. Jenna or. God. Parenthesis. Jenna Ortega feet. Parenthesis question. Okay, there we go. The fuck? It still says it! Shut up! Shut up! There's a question mark. They could appear. Not going to appear. Does that mean you've been into Mr. Natsume's room before, as well as that of Mr. Shamspeare? Well now, interesting you should bring that up. Because I couldn't believe how little money was in his meter. I mean, how the pair of them survived the winter beyond is beyond... The pair? The pair of who? The pair of... Oh, Natsume and Shamspeare. Okay, I was like, is there a roommate? Knowing Mr. Natsume, he probably spends all his gas money on books. How does he read them without, like, sunlight? His room has no window. Then when he's finished reading them, he probably burns them for warmth. Like, wouldn't he need to have his gas lights on all the time in order to read Pair of Kings on Disney XD? Featuring Jenna Ortega. You will kindly reiterate your statement about the gas meters themselves, Mr. Meterman. Did I miss feet? You. I'm not reading chat anymore. Not much to say, really, but as you wish. Stroke my big bulgus chin. My bulgeous. Bulgeous? How do you say that word? Hold on. How do you say bulgeous? Bulgeous? How do you even spell that word? I'm trying to, like, make my phone say it out loud. Hold on. Bulgeous? Bulgeous? Is that a word? Bulgeous. How do I... Why am I doing this? Okay. Bulgeous feet, not clickbait. There's 5 viewers now. Bulgeous feet, not Not clickbait. Play the game, Christ. Altamont gas meters except throughput.
Hold it!
I'm not gonna remember this whole part of the case. When I like think about this case and I think about this whole section of the case, I'm not gonna remember anything. I'm just gonna remember feet bit. So all London houses that have a gas supply are fitted with these gas meters. All okay. When you first started talking about Wednesday, I was gonna like pull up I was gonna like pull up the like song, the like TikTok audio song, and like play it in the mic, but I didn't. Instead I did this, which is so much worse. Bulgeous feet. The Bulgeous feet stream. What? Maybe the viewers will then go down. Hold on, I need to fix this. Okay, wait, no, I have 1 minute before I can change the title. Hold on. I need to honor my commitments. Shut up! And anyone who uses our gas will have one of these meters in their property, yes. I need, hold on. I need to check something real quick. This is important. Sorry, hold on. I see your Discord messages, Jack. You will not gas me. You will not gas me. The game will gas me, because that's what we're paying attention to now. It's 8:20. I'm changing the title to Bulgeous Feet Stream, and then everyone will leave. Feet Stream. Save. I'm thinking about it. So Seki-san doesn't have a fireplace in that room of his, does he? Some people still choose to use candles, of course, and only have gas for heating. Gas. If I was playing like Fortnite or something, if I was playing like a popular game, making the title, if I was playing Fortnite and I made the title Jenna Ortega Feet Night, there would be a viewer increase. That would actually work. This game's too obscure. It's like, it doesn't work. Ah, yes, I do remember seeing candles in Mr. Natsume's room. Oh, he's using candles instead of, okay. Every 3 days, gasmen like me visit properties on the gas supply and empty the meters of coins. I must say, the design and manufacture of the new meter cost the I think you're just scared. Scared of what? I must say, the design and manufacture of the new meter cost the company an... Okay, it's a catch-22, though, because the more viewers... The more, like, actual viewers I have, the less likely I would be to, like, make my stream title, like, Jenna Ortega Feed Me. This is why she texts me. Shut up. I must say, the design and manufacture of the new meter... She's just, like, texting... She's like texting you. She's like, why did he make his stream title Jenna Ortega? So stupid. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Gas. Gas. Yes, exactly right. And yet, the meter and Mr. Sham... Okay, you know why I'm being so distracted? Because we're talking about stupid gas meters. Von Zeeks is right. What does any of this have to do with anything? Is there something I can present to counter this so I don't have to read all this text? Because I can't focus on it. I'm proud to be the company's East... Okay, there's no Altamont gas meters except 3... What is in my evidence? Okay, why is there like a leaky spot underneath the gas meter? What is that? Does that have to do with anything? Options. Like, I don't even know what's going on right now. And every time somebody says feet in the chat, it's not helping. Altamont gas meters accept threepenny bits. Each coin given customers about 2 hours of gorgeous gas. Yeah, the meter and Mr. Shams. Okay, wait. We need to press this one because I need to know like why are there no coins in it? How long has this been going on? Weeks and weeks. He's been pinching gas off us for ages. And you've examined the meter in Mr. Shamspeare's room, I take it. Naturally. We took it off the, like... Never mind. I'm not gonna go off on another little tangent. There's nothing sus. No, I'm afraid we didn't. I have this ability to, it's the ADD. I can just be, like, reading this dialogue, and then mid-dialogue, or, like, at the end of the line, just instantly, like, switch my thought process to something else, and start, like, talking about, like, the feet views for, like, for, like, a minute, and then I can, right in the middle of the thought, just, like, one with an indestructible lock. Usually my transition's a little smoother than that, but the shams be a special. There we go. See, I can just, like, read. Stop reading. Read. It's a useful skill. I guess. That sounds like it would have cost an awful lot of 3 punny p. After all that, the rascal's meter was still empty. I'll never forget the humiliation. When I opened up the money box, I found it bare. You what? I said, you what? Walter? William? William, and the look on his face, that smarmy silo is a son of a bitch. And he wouldn't even give me the feet pics. He has them, I know he has them. I pulled the meter straight off the wall and took it back to the office. But you know what? Nothing. Not a trace of it being jammed open anywhere. Jammed open anywhere. Jimmy slipping. What's happening to my salary? Was I have to end stream. I don't know what's going on anymore. Me when I have no idea what's happening to my stream. Great Ace Attorney. Great Ace Attorney. Gas! Bulgeous feet stream. Gas. I've changed the title like 6 times. Hey, I was trying to change it to like parenthesis GAA, and then I accidentally typed gas, and now Bulgeous feet stream gas. Incidentally, what became of that meter? Nothing became of it. Whatever the title ends up as, gas! Whatever the title ends up as at the end of this stream is what the YouTube videos is getting called. Right here! Did he bring the gas meter in here? What's going on? Nothing, because I've still got it. What? He took the gas meter from the apartment? What? Why does he have this? Okay, so I guess this is the new evidence I need to investigate. I don't know, why is this happening? What does this have to do with anything? Let's move this along, shall we? Continue with your testimony. The streamer is getting in... I just splashed liquid. It's okay, it's not too much. Okay. Just splashed a little. How did I splash? The glass is literally less than half full. I'll be right back. This is definitely, without a doubt, the most off-the-rails I have ever gotten on a Great Ace Attorney stream. It's not the most off-the-rails I've ever been on stream, but it is a great Ace. All because I got an Addams Family song stuck in my... no, but I will never bring up Addams Family on stream again. Don't bring up Addams Family on the Chuck Batman 5 stream. Worst mistake of my life. Oof. Oof. Who's the collection agent? Where's the key? Can we get the key? Only one key for all of your meters? Well, in truth, there's another key in the company vault. But even if... Why am I getting, like, chills now? Can I be cold or warm? Like, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. But even if someone had somehow managed to get hold of a key, we'd know if the coin box had been opened. Honestly, like, we're derailed to the point now where it's like... either... I need to either, like, stop... Like, the only reason I haven't, like, cut stream or stopped playing the game, I just want to get through this weird gas section. Like, if I can just get through this part where they're talking about the gas meter. Well, now, in order to empty a meter, because this is such a, like, filler part of the trial, I need to get through this or I'm not going to be able to, like, play. Well, in order to empty a meter, you have to unlock the padlock and remove the cover. When I close the cover again, Why does every case in this... I can't even get through one line of dialogue without talking about something else. Why does every case in this game have a, like... Shut up. Why does every case in this game revolve around some, like, turn-of-the-century technology? Well, good thing her name's not in the stream title anymore. Go suck a bulging toe. A seal. Like the sort of thing... I had a point I was making. Why does every case in this game revolve around some bizarre turn-of-the-century England contraption that, like, the game has to explain to me how the contraption works because said contraption either doesn't exist anymore or isn't relevant anymore? Like, why? I don't care. This is like the pictograph, the stenograph, the 3D thing from that other case. It's like, I don't care. In the case of Mr. Shamspeare, there were no coins. The seal hadn't been broken. So that would mean Mr. Shamspeare somehow managed to steal coins from inside the meter without opening it. Yes, it seems so, but that would be impossible. Somehow he's using all the flaming gas he wants, and what? Can you stop swinging the umbrella around? It's distracting me. My ADD is off the rails right now.
Hold it!
Stop swinging that! How do you know that he's been using gas, though? What is in... How much is in this rosé? I should not be acting like this. So cracked out. Well now, since I started investigating this book, I've been to his room more than a few times. On every single occasion, his lamps have been blazing and his stove pounding. It's the middle of winter, and he still turns to me, sweat dripping down his cheeks, and he says, "Get thee to a nunnery!" "And it, indeed. I could wring the bloke's neck, and I get all hot under the collar, but still. I'm, like, this guy's voice is becoming, like, I'm fusing Popeye with Mike from Breaking Bad. Every time I open that flaming meter, he's empty. He's robbing me of his salary, too." How can Mr. Shamspeare possibly be stealing the money? I don't understand. The simple explanation is right before your eyes. What? A toast to you eventually realizing that the gas man could be an accomplice. Or he's just the actual guilty criminal. Like it's just him. It's just the sussy gas man with his weird Popeye. I don't like him this close to the camera with his mouth closed. I've never, like, looked at that animation, the end result of that, for that long. Ugh. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Oh, please, Lady Quimby, I'm a faithful worker bee. Okay, the bee aesthetic is definitely intentional with this guy. His bag is, like, brown, like, bee striped. His suit's all yellow. She's, like, poking. He's talking about being a faithful worker. Like, he's supposed to be, like, a worker bee. Okay. What is that? What is he saying? And besides, if the money us gasmen collect doesn't tally with how much gas has been used, you dock our pay by the same amount. So you'd be stealing money only to have the same amount taken from your wages. Clearly that makes no sense. Oh, wait, what? But he's not... He's accomplice for the... What? Okay, he's not an accomplice for the... Wait, you were saying he was an accomplice for the gas thievery? That's not... He's the killer. He's probably not the killer because we're still in, like, the first second. This is probably somebody else. Maybe it's this lady. I don't know. This guy's a sus, though. I don't know. He's involved. It would seem there is no evidence to support the claims of thievery made against the victim, because Mr. William Shamspeare is innocent. Pray forgive me if that shatters some illusion my learned Nepalese friend was clearly under. I certainly didn't expect to uncover it's been taking place in that room. According to the testimony, it's only the meter in Mr. Shamspeare's room that's under suspicion. It does seem as though perhaps it has nothing to do with the incident involving Mr. Natsume. I know. It does seem that way, but the fact is, since I've been practicing law in England, I feel like I've encountered this at least once already. Cases that are interlinked. Sales interlinked. It might seem that two cases have nothing to do with one another, but in fact, they're intimately connected. Which case is this connected to? The gas connected to the murder? Okay, yeah. Oh, I so don't care. So, how are they? We need to figure out how they're connected very quickly. How has he been managing to steal their gas? The soap. The soap. And there's like a big brown seal in the... The soap! The gas! The gas is in the soap! The gas! The soap! Soap! Coins! Gas are in the soap! I don't want to play anymore. I want to... What do I present? Please, tell me what to present. Don't actually tell me what to present yet, but... Christ, I'm lost. I'm lost. I mean, I feel like I have some, but I don't know what to do, like, right now. Like, right this second, right now. What do I do? Altamont gas meters accept 3 threepenny bits. What is a threepenny bit? Did I already press this one? I don't remember. I think I did. The London houses have a gas supplier fitted with gas meters. So the latest model, the height of... Yeah, okay. I already did this, right? Clearance coin gives 2 hours of gas. Oh my god. Okay, most people use about 3 coins a night. The drink is making me, like, hiccup. Oh god. Chain candles, and then he uses candles, and then... Oh my god, come on. And then Eric, the gasman, like me, visit properties on the gas supply and have gas. Happily, it did put a stop to people not paying their dues for the most part. Okay. What? I don't... Okay, get out of here. Stop. You have the meter... There has to be something I have... Wait, I haven't examined this yet. Why am I a dumbass? Okay. I've just been, like, skipping through the statements, like, what do I do? I haven't examined the gas meter yet. That's a very sturdy-looking padlock, isn't it? And the money box is sealed with beeswax, too. So if Mr. Sholmes were to get up to any mischief, he'd be found out immediately. Mr. Naruhodo? Mischief of that kind is not the sort of thing that Mr. Sholmes would... You know you didn't finish that sentence, don't you? Well, anyway, it's understandable that the gas company would want to safeguard the money that's rightfully theirs, but it does feel a little over the top. Okay. What else can I examine here? Stop rotating it. I want to... Okay. Huh? Alright, well that's where I was getting the coins. Oh, what's... How did they not know? How did the gas guy not notice this? It goes all the way through. There's no way a coin could fit through here. That's true, but even so, it seems more than a little suspicious. Okay. Now what statement? Company gets... Didn't have a single coin in it. It doesn't appear to have been tampered with, but it has been tampered with because there's a thing in it. Got it. All I needed to do was just, like, read the text until I got this in my evidence and then use this. But instead I've been, like, screaming. Instead I've been, like, screaming for the past half hour. Lady Altamont, I'm afraid to say that this meter clearly does show signs of having been tampered with. Get away! I've been over and over that thing. Somehow I didn't notice the hole on the bottom of it. Hole? What? There's a hole! There's a little hole there. The meters aren't supposed to have that. None of the others do. In other words, we can assume that Mr. Shamspeare secretly opened up this hole himself. Yes, I wouldn't be at all surprised, but why? Yeah, why? I mean, it's tiny. You couldn't get a farthing through that. Lady Altamont, I wonder if you could give the court some more details about your meter design. Okay. Ow, my back hurts. My shoulders hurt. Please get to the connection point. How it's dismantled, how it differentiates. We're probably going to need both. How can the meter be dismantled? Dismantled? Yes. I'm wondering if perhaps rather than being broken open, it might have been taken apart. And then rebuilt? I don't feel like Shamspeare can do that. Padlocks are made by a first-class locksmith from the finest quality steel. And the meter box itself is made from plate steel as well, welded shut to ensure it can't be opened again. I can assure you it's quite impossible to dismantle it. Wahoo! Yeah! Nothing leaks from an Altamont meter. No coins, no gas, no nothing. I love that this guy's just like a simp for his job. What a weird character. I see. Ow. Oh my god. I need to... The witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in case it is pertinent. My shoulders are so, like... such a crack in the neck. Walter. Johnson the meter welded shut. Box is made from solid steel. There's no way to dismantle it. So that got me what? A changed statement? I don't... Okay. No way to dismantle it. Well, I certainly don't have any evidence that proves it could be dismantled. So... guess I have to press that statement.
Hold it!
Has anyone ever tried? Oh yeah, they've tried, but they've all given up. After all, if they actually broke the meter, the company would be able to take legal action. Yes, that makes sense. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Is this significant, or perhaps there's some other aspect we should be focusing on? Okay, the other path, right. How does the meter differentiate coins? Is it delving deeper asking that question? Yeah, okay. How does the meter tell the difference between different coins? What do you mean? Well, for example, if someone were to put in a 1-penny coin, that wouldn't work, presumably, would it? No, of course not. So, well, how does the meter know that the coin it's been fed is a thrupenny bit? Ah, I see what you're getting. Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on a minute. How big is this soap bar? There's a coin on the bottom of the soap bar. Did you think... I'm thinking he rigged the machine to not tell what he was putting in. So then he could put in stupid soap bar coins instead of real money. But then he would just have to buy bars of soap. I don't know. Maybe not, but maybe. The thrupenny bit is about 3/4 of an inch in diameter. 3/4 of an inch. I don't know. The soap bar thing seems too big. But I don't know. It might just be a weird perspective thing. Yet the meter in Mr. Shamspeare's room didn't have a single coin. The meter is designed for coins the exact diameter and thickness of a thrupenny bit. Nothing else will fit. Is this is too big, right? Oh, look at this bar of soap. There's a circular 3/4 of an inch. Oh god. Okay. It's the soap. Remember 10 minutes ago when I was yelling about the gas and the soap and the gas and the feet and I sounded like an insane person, but I was dead on the money. Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and thickness were to be correct, the meter would accept any object as if it were a thrupenny bit. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Well, by something of a coincidence, while we were investigating Mr. Shamspeare's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimensions perfectly. Something the same size as a thrupenny bit. What was it? The item in question is this. What? Have you been inhaling gas? That's a bar of soap. I will say, though, since we started this dumb bit, since the stream title became, like, stupid, we've kept a consistently higher number of viewers, so I feel like I'm getting the curiosity clicks. That or, like, you know, the same people just stuck around from earlier. I don't know. But I certainly could make my stream titles more interesting. Usually just title things like, oh, it's Great Ace Attorney time. Okay. Certainly looks nothing like a thrupenny bit, I must say. Looks like I'm going to have to point out exactly what I mean here. Yeah. Well, because the thing's not there. The coin's not there. Cool, cool. Hold on. What's so important about the soap is this part here. We lost a viewer. I've been sitting on the soap bar for too long.
Got it!
Press. Go. Turn over the soap. Please reveal the connection between the gas and what's actually matters. That's right. A depression that's approximately 3/4 of an inch in diameter. In other words, almost exactly the same size as the threepenny bit. Why is there a little loading bar next to my mouse? What is my computer trying to open? Okay. Get away! Give it away, give it away, give it away now! Give it away, give it away, give it away now! Sounds rather like a highway robbery, doesn't it? Von Zeke's just over in his corner with his, like, glass of wine, like, oh god, they're still talking about the gas meter. I feel you, buddy, I feel you. The threepenny bit, now to see if it fits. Oh, my word! It couldn't be more snug. Yes, as I suspected. This, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the Ultima... Great, so we solved their defrauding issue. How does this help us? Oh my god, okay, and she is literally dressed in bee stripes. That's the first time I've, like, looked at the full body sprite of her. She's literally in, like yellow and brown bee stripe dress, yeah. The bee aesthetic. She looks like the queen bee, he looks like the worker bee, yeah. The depression in the soap was clearly made by a threepenny bit. I must concur at least that pushing a coin with some force into a pool of butter... Alright. And then you could use, well, some melted wax or something to pour into the mold. You could make fake coins in no time! Like, yeah, she's got, like, the queen bee with the little, like, hair poof for the stinger. That's actually a really good character design. Looking at it from the back, I'm like, oh shit, that's what they were doing. And her bee-colored umbrella, yeah. The worker bee, the queen bee. I like the good designs. If the man had been making fake coins, my worker here would have found them when he emptied the meter. Quite true, Lady Ultimate. In the absence of some black magic that could make them disappear. I see. That's what we're dealing with, is it? There is one form of black magic that could cause the fake coins to disappear into thin air, yes. Exactly. The meter here gives it away. What on earth? They're melting and dripping through the hole in the bottom. Well, that is yours. That's why the crime scene... No, wrong button. That's why the crime scene photo is... There's, like, water over here. Was this weird green thing always here?
Got it!
I feel like they made that a lot more obvious in that shot. Clearly, this is highly sus. What? I pointed at the... Why did the green thing look so... Okay, I'm pointing at the hole. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, okay, shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I assume the Japanese, like the British, have but one stomach? Why did I suggest no more failings, Count? Okay, where on the meter can the remnants of the method used to make the fake coin? Okay, that's not the hole. Where? Is it these, like, stains all over the thing? I can't tell if those are, like, stains or just, like, wear and tear because this machine is old. Can't wait to get this wrong again.
Got it!
What? I'm so confused. What? I have one strike left. Oh boy. Where on the meter can the remnants of the method used to make the fake coins? What is this green shit? What is this green? What is the green? It's not the hole, right? Why would it be the hole? That doesn't show that's the... to make them Maybe it is just the hole? Okay, it's just the hole. That was my Bulgeous Gassy feet sound. Hold on, let me just... No, I'm not touching the stream title anymore. Stop it. Stop doing this. Play the game. Outside? Yes, outside. Where you yourself, Mr. Medium, were loitering. Wait, what? Oh, this... What? Wait, what are we talking about? What's happening? Ice? Mr. Shams, Mr... He's been leaving soaps filled with water. Water's completely frozen, so... He's making ice coins? That's insane! This guy's a genius. William Shakespeare for a reason. Holy crap. And then they melt and... Whoa. Weird. Holy crap. Alright. Alright. Gamer! 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 I need to... I'm not gonna calm down. We're not gonna calm. A bit of soap and some water. Yeah, and this was just revealed in the courtroom. So, like, you know, everybody's gonna... The meters are gonna all have to be recalled. Evidence. Sorry? I want evidence! Is the courtroom powered by a gas meter? Could we go stick a block of ice in the gas meter right now and see what happens? Very well, Lady Altamont. If you'd like evidence, I'll provide it. What? Mr. Naruhodo, are you saying... I still have half a drink left. I need to, like, finish this before the end of the stream. Ah! That's bad. It's not... It's strong. It's strong. It's very strong. I have a feeling that this theory... This game theory... Thanks for watching. What am I doing? What's happening? The piece of evidence that substantiates the theory about how Mr. Shakespeare... What? Stop making that noise. I don't... What am I... The piece of evidence that substantiates the theory... I've had complete mind wipe. I'm gonna tab out of the game for like 2 minutes and like change the funny title again because that's what we do here. We just name our game horrible and then we change the name to Bulgeous Gassy Feet Stream and then we sit on the menu while I like process what is going on and maybe finish this drink also. Oh, okay. Ow. She is watching the stream. You know, there's something about being... It's like when your chat is not active, and because I've already mastered... I've streamed enough to have the, like, glance over at the chat screen thing nailed down. But the weird effect that creates is if you, like, glance over... When your brain is like, okay, I'm going to take a second to glance over, read the newest message. Sometimes there's no new message, and then what happens is you read an old message, and for a second your brain tries to decipher what does that mean? Who is she? The latest chat message says she is watching the stream. It's Jack referring to Jenna Ortega because feet, funny, haha. I look at that. I glance over there, and my brain is like, who's watching the stream? She? Who is watching the stream? Somebody left. Somebody left. No, please. I'm taking a breather. We're taking a breather. Taking a breather where I keep talking, so it doesn't... Okay, what are these options? Chat settings. Chat highlights. Okay. Okay. The piece of evidence, let's just try to finish this, because I've been on this gas section of the game for like 8 years now. I have 1 life also. So that's, if we get a game over, maybe I'll just cut stream right there, right then. Piece of evidence that substantiates the theory. I need to look at the logs. I need to review. A trace of something that bothered me a little last time. There's evidence to support the theory that... Oh! I literally mentioned it earlier. Alright. My brain is back on now. It's the photo with the liquid. Alright, present. Go. That came up, and I had a brain wipe, and then I forgot everything, but... Yeah, okay, now I remember. It's a photograph of the scene, and it clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Shamspear. What remnants? That's goopy, gooey, gassy, bulgeous goo over there. I'm surprised the game didn't make me, like, do the... You would be more specific, and then I have to click the specific spot where the remnants are. It just like, showed them. It skipped that step. It's a water stain resulting from the... If 1 coin gives around 2 hours of usage, and the occupant was heating his room and all his... Oh, and because the gas is running, it heats the ice and melts it. What genius. Actually genius. Actually a scheme that is too big brain for my tiny pea brain streamer brain to, like, process. The melting ice inside the meter's coin box would have been dripping out almost constantly, leaving a stain on the floor. This is awful. And there's further evidence, too. Mr. Shamspear is slumped over his table, apparently having consumed strychnine. And right there next to him is a bar of soap, broken in half. You're right. It would appear to me, then, Counsel, the man was eating the soap, was he? No, do not go back to the soap eating now. Judge, please, please. I just had dramatic flashback. Don't go back to the eating the soap thing right now. Certainly not. He did not eat soap. Please stop doing this. This is the stupidest case I've ever tried. Mr. Shamspear was found with a fork in his head. Yeah, wait, why did he have a fork in his head? Judge... A meal of soap sounds increasingly likely. Oh! He was using that fork to... No, he was not eating the soap. Please. He was extracting a frozen coin from the bar of soap. There will be no soap eating this stream. Good gracious. You know, I tried soap one time. It killed my stomach. But, you know, I think it might have cleaned it out. Slam my head into the wall. I was throwing my hand up in despair. Because you people are talking about gas and feet. And I splashed again. Gas and feet and soap eating. And... Ah! Please forgive my maladroit mistake. What is the meaning of this, Counsel? Allow me to pose my learned friend a question. What exactly did you establish with your most recent... He's sick of this. He's sick of this. What exactly... Like, I was joking, but, like, that's actually what's happening right now. That's actually why I threw the bottle. He's, like, angry that we spent an hour talking about gas and soap and feet. What exactly did you establish with your most recent cross-examination? Well... that Mr. William Shamspear is a liar and a thief. In other words, that his testimony is unreliable. That's it. That's exactly it. Very well. Let us assume the man is a liar. Now allow me to pose another question. What possible difference does that make? Well, we know that suicide can be discounted. Scotland Yard's investigation revealed no sign of another vessel that contained poison. And on the night in question, there were no visitors to the room except The accused. The young gas man's testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, has confirmed that. Furthermore, the only possible way the poison could have entered the victim's body is via the tea. The court has seen no evidence whatsoever that suggests otherwise. Even if William Shakespeare is the liar you claim him to be, these facts have been objectively established. There's no escaping it. The facts of the situation have not changed, no matter how much you try to obfuscate them with your gassy feet soap comments. In light of these facts, the prosecution calls for immediate adjudication. You... What? I'm finishing my drink now. Order! Order! Well, counsel, how does the defense respond? Mr. Naruhodo, what was the point of that last... I love when I do something stupid on stream for half an hour and it, like, derails the entire stream. This happened on the group Ace Attorney streams, too, where we were talking about something dumb for, like, 10 minutes, and then my character was like, what was the point of any of that? So funny every time. Did it make no difference at all, like Lord Von Zeeks is saying? Did we just talk about gas and soap and feet for an hour for no reason? No, we didn't! I missed the enter button there. Oh my god. No, this isn't over. The defense will not rest. What? But counsel, you've successfully explained everything. You've identified and substantiated the unscrupulous method Mr. Shamsby to consume gas. What more is there to discuss? Lord Von Zeeks just highlighted 3 facts in order to make his point. But contrary to what he would have the court believe, not all of them have been objectively established at all. What are you trying to say, my Nipponies friend? At least one of those so-called facts is an assumption, made due to a lack of evidence. But the situation has changed now, following the cross-examination of the latest witnesses to take the stand. Don't be absurd. What is this nonsense? Streamer bullshit. Yes, when you bring everything we've learned so far and consider it as a whole, it's clear. There's a question we now need to consider. I have one strike. I have one strike. If I get this question wrong, we game over. When we game over, I end the stream. That's what's happening right now. There's a question now that we need to reconsider. Was there another visitor? Was the poison in the tea? Okay, wait. These are the 3 things that have been proven, quote unquote. I mean, was someone else responsible? Yes, that's the bigger consideration, but I think we need to gear down for, like, a very specific... Was there another visitor? Was the poison... I think we need to consider reconsider whether the poison was in the tea. We've all been led to believe that the strychnine poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeare. I think somehow the poison was in, like, the soap or something. I don't know, like the water, ice, soap thing. The poison being in the tea was conjecture at best. The victim, there's liquid on my chair. The victim has tested, it's tea, it's the drink. It's not like piss or anything. I felt the need to clarify that. The victim has testified that nothing else passed his lips that night. There is no other possibility. And since there was no trace of the tea left at the scene, it couldn't be tested for traces of poison. As I said, the situation has changed, because in fact, some of Mr. Natsume's tea was left. Wait, what? How? What do you mean?
Objection!
A ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard detectives investigated the scene exhaustively. What evidence are you suggesting they missed? The defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very well, counsel. Present your proof. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have absolutely no what? What do you mean there's still some tea at the scene? Is it the stains here? Did he use the tea to fuel the gas meter? Alright, okay. If we get this wrong, the stream ends. If we get this wrong, I'm ending stream. And we will figure it out next time. If we get this right, we keep going. This is the big one. For the one viewer who is still here after all that shenanigans for the last hour. What evidence from the scene of the crime can tell us about the nature of the defendant's tea? The nature of the defendant's tea? It's a weird phrasing of that. Mr. Natsume's tea was left at the scene. OG Casey. Alright, Jack just shows up and derails things about feet and then leaves. You're sticking around for the good, for the content. The war. Photographic print. I think it's either the photograph or the gas meter. I'm gonna go with the photograph. Like the liquid under the thing.
Take that!
What exactly is this piece of evidence supposed to reveal, Counsel? Well, okay, the strike button disappeared. It usually means you will be digging for a very long time indeed. Oh no. Oh no. Even at the bottom of the deepest chasm, you will find no sense in that absurd assertion. Damn it. Thank you, Counsel. That will do. I've seen enough. I've heard enough. I've heard a lot about feet and soap and gas and all sorts of other things today. But I declare no further examination necessary. None of that really mattered. Are you ready to pass judgment? Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, guilty. I know I said the stream ends when I get a game over. I have one more piece of evidence I want to present. It was down to those two. I need to present the other one. If I still get it wrong, I'll figure it out tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow. Whenever I stream next. Guilty. So feral. See, that's why I didn't bother to save, because this game just has a retry from this scene button, which previous other Ace Attorney games like the original trilogy did not have a retry from current scene button. So like if you were running low on strikes in that game, you need to save, or you're going to be going back a ways. This one I can just start from right here with 5 more strikes. Also, I think I did save, actually, now that I think about it. Hold on. I'm scared to load this save in case I didn't save. We're loading it. I don't care. When was this? Ah, this was way back. No. I thought I saved. Why did I click that? Alright, I'm gonna cut stream and mash through text for 3 hours. Bye guys. Thanks for coming to the stream. I mashed through all the text to get back to where we were for 3 hours. Goodbye. I'm cutting stream now. Goodbye.